This is heads.
You think the winner will defer?
What's your choice? Heads, he calls.
Eagles
I'll
go
let it
heads.
hit the ground. Tails it is. You want the ball? Which goal do you want to finish? Just swap around.
So the Giants take the ball.
New York has won the toss. They'll receive.
The Eagles won and deferred the last time we were here.
Yeah, they deferred the last time. So this time they will be on defense first and getting the football in the second half.
The opening kickoff brought to you by your Delaware Valley Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Giants have the #1 rushing offense in the National Football League. The only team with two backs over 1,000 yards. Brandon Jacobs, 1,089, and Derek Ward, 1,025.
Yeah, that's a rare thing in the National Football League, and it just says a lot for that offensive line and the way the Giants play football. It's really an attitude type of football philosophy for the New York Giants.
There are two schools of thought about facing a team after a bye. One is that it allows that team, the Giants in this case, to come back and be healthier because Brandon Jacobs wasn't healthy and Justin Tuck wasn't healthy. The other part is that sometimes when a team like the Eagles comes in and has that momentum, having a team that hasn't played for 2 weeks acts to your favor.
Well, we shall see. You know, Carolina, although they started out moving the ball down the field last night and scoring on their first possession, you know, they ran out of gas early.
Ahmad Bradshaw is the deep man, along with Derek Ward. Akers to kick off. Brown on its feet. Ball on its side. You're going to need a holder down there, I would think. Well, Akers will try it one more time without somebody coming over.
So many similarities between these two teams. So many common things, almost too common. It makes them not like one another.
Never have, never will.
Never have I heard the hate word used so much in 1 week.
Akers kicks off. It is coming down. Bradshaw takes it a yard deep. Out to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 midfield. Akers pushes him out of bounds in Eagles territory at the 35. That is not what you wanted to see. Back in 2001, Ron Dixon opened the game with a 97-yard return. This one is a 62-yard return, and the Giants have field position. That is a poor way for the Eagles to start the game.
And a great job of opening the hole by the Giants return team. They have their little three-man wedge working, and it works very well. Cal Echoed unable to penetrate that three-man wedge.
Backs in the eye. Slot to the far side. Motion to the near side. Eli straightens up the way his brother does and recalls the play. Now the receiver split on first down. Manning to pass. He is firing. Wide open. Steve Smith incomplete. He had Steve Smith wide open at the 15-yard line, and the ball fluttered in the breeze and was wide and incomplete. There was a touchdown in his hands if Manning could have gotten them the ball.
Asante Samuel gambles on the play on the outside. He's waiting for the stop route, and Smith runs right by him. But as you said, that ball gets up in the breeze and it starts to flutter, and Smith unable to make the adjustment to the football.
It is 2nd and 10, the ball at the Eagles 35. Double tight end, one wide receiver. To give to Brandon Jacobs. He's across the 30 down to the 28. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Giants. Pickup of 7. Bradley and Brown in on the stop.
Heck of a job by the offensive line of the New York Giants, winning at the line of scrimmage. Jacobs starts to the right, gets that little cutback lane, hits the ball up there north-south.
Dixon to the far side, Toomer to the near side. Smith on the far side slot. 3rd and 4. Manning in the shotgun. Ward to his right. Motion Toomer. Manning takes the ball. Looks. Fires. Complete. But not We'll see. I think he's short of the first down. He is, as it goes to Ward, and he gets to the 28-27, and the Giants will have a fourth down and about 2. Now, you will remember, here at the Meadowlands, on December the 7th, they gambled on fourth down, and the Eagles stopped them. And the Giants are not bringing in the field goal unit. They're going to gamble again. And even if the Eagles stop them, they will still be in relatively decent field position, but not anything exceptional.
They don't want to kick the ball into this win.
It is 4th and 2. Backs in the yard. Jacobs, the tailback. The give goes to Jacobs, and he has the first down. Went off left tackle and picked it up. He needed 2, he got 3.
Well, that's a lot of men coming at you. Right behind Madison, Hedgecock, and then Jacobs. Both these guys go around 260, 270 pounds. That's a whole lot of men to hold back.
Giants will go with 2 tight ends, including Dorsey Johnson. They split their receivers. Jacobs the single setback. Ball inside the Eagles' 25. No score in the game. We are 2 minutes into the opening quarter. Giants got a big 65-yard kickoff return to set this up. Manning back. Manning looks. Manning fires. Manning completes it. He's got Dorsey Johnson at the 12. Dorsey Johnson, an infrequent target, catches the ball for 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, right in front of the linebacker. Johnson gets a free release. Parker just allows him to release off the line of scrimmage. He runs a route and the linebacker comes up and makes the stop, Chris Gokong, but he's wide open.
1st and 10 Giants at the Eagles' 11. They're at the line of scrimmage. Backs in the eye. It is a running play, and the Eagles stacked up Brandon Johnson after a gain of a yard or 2. Brandon Jacobs stacked up, picked up about a yard and a half, and then the Eagles went up and stopped him. It looked like Brian Dawkins underneath on Jacobs. Dorsey Johnson, by the way, Mike, during the whole season only had 4 receptions. So for the Giants, it will be 2nd down and 8. The ball on the 9-yard line. They can pick up a first down without a touchdown. Jacobs, the tailback. Wing to the near side. Motion. Kevin Boss, the tight end. On 2nd down. Handoff again goes to Jacobs, and he goes nowhere. As 7 or 8 Eagles are waiting for him with open arms, and they stack him up, led by Akeem Jordan. It'll be 3rd down for the Giants.
That is great tackle play by Mike Patterson in the middle down there, shedding the block and getting to the ball carrier. Yeah, the guys in that at that second level, they get up and they help to make the stop. But that charge is led by Mike Patterson, the defensive tackle.
Slot to the far side. Smith out to the near side. Shotgun. Ward standing to the left. It is 3rd down. 9. Manning in the gun. Has the football. Looking. Fire. Complete to Ward, short of the touchdown. He is captured at the 4-yard line. Derek Ward came out of the backfield and caught it. And now the field goal unit will come on.
Well, Stuart Bradley showed a lot of speed on that play, getting out there and stopping Ward. Ward comes out of the backfield. He just flares to the outside, out into the flat. Stuart Bradley, coming from his middle linebacker spot, really runs this play down and stops him from something big happening. I think this would be huge to just give up the field goal after that return.
Absolutely, after a 65-yard kickoff return. Here is a 23-yard attempt by John Carney. On the season, he was 35 for 38. In the playoffs, he is now 1 for 1. As the ball was spotted, kicked up and good by Carney, and with 9:59 remaining here in the opening quarter, the Giants score first. There's a timeout on the field with the score. New York 3, the Eagles nothing on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. After the game, join Bill and Kevin at Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia for the All-State post-game show on Eagles Radio. Time to make the world a better place in which to thrive. That's All-State. Stand are you in good hands. It's 3-0 Giants. We've played just over 5 minutes in the first quarter. Eagles offense yet to come on the field. Now Lawrence Tynes will kick off. Giants have 2 kickers activated. Tynes kicks it. It is high and short. Coming up is Demps taking it at the 15, to the 20, to the 25, breaks a tackle, comes to the 30, and up to the 34. There's a timeout on the field with the score 3-0 Giants on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PMC on 94 WYSP. First and 10 Eagles, the ball at their own 33-yard line, moving right to left. Should have some wind at their back. 3-0 isn't bad, considering they gave up a 65-yard kickoff return, and the Giants had moved into position of a 1st and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, and right away the Giants bring everybody on their defense to the line of scrimmage.
3 receivers. McNabb under center. On first down, he rolls right, looks, fires, complete on the far side for a close to a 10-yard gain to Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, you know, Steve Spagnuolo, their defensive coordinator, he's going to try and play some games to try and confuse McNabb in this offense, and just a fraction of a second sometimes can mean the difference in a successful or not successful play.
I don't know what Deshaun Jackson was thinking, because he looked like he had room, and now it's 2nd down and 1, or did they give him the first down? They're giving him the first down. On first down, play it, give it up to Westbrook. Looks for running room, and he will lose a couple of yards. He appeared to be short on that first pass. They had put up 2nd down and 1 on the scoreboard, but then they gave it to him. And on that carry, Westbrook loses a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
And he didn't get that outside block that he needed from Hank Baskett to spring him on the outside. You know, they'll use Hank a lot in blocking situations because he's able to do that. But this time, the defense won.
Shotgun. It is 2nd and 13. Slot to the far side. Curtis to the near side. McNabb in the shotgun. McNabb's back. Looking. He dumps it off, but forget it, because tackled as soon as he caught the football was Correll Buckholder. Michael Johnson all over him, and this will lose 2 more yards. So now the Eagles will have 3rd down and 15.
Well, and just like they knew it was coming, they try to go with a little deception and slip Buckholder out into the flat after you drop everybody off, and Johnson's just kind of sitting there waiting for him.
It is 3rd and almost 16. Deshaun Jackson and Baskett out to the far side. Curtis to the near side. McNabb in the shotgun. First quarter action. 3-0 Giants. McNabb takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Still looking. Fires. Incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Deshaun Jackson or Kevin Curtis. Curtis on a slant downfield, and the ball was high and incomplete.
Well, he's got Curtis, and he's open. He's got Deshaun Jackson
Both
on the next level, deep down the field. He's open, and McNabb with time to throw the football just did not make the connection.
And the punt of Savrocka. Into return, Dominic Hickson. It had been R.W. McQuarters after Hickson became the starter. Now penalty flag. Illegal procedure against the Eagles.
All right, Jordan, tell me a still for it.
I think they called it against Quentin Demps, the gunner on the outside.
Hickson averaged 10 yards a punt return. Here is Rocca. Gets a good snap. Gets it away. It is a knuckler. Hickson comes up and takes it at the 25. Looks for running room. Comes to the 30. To the 35. Breaks the tackle. Gets to the 40. Up to the 42. Poor coverage by the Eagles coverage unit. That was a 42-yard punt. A 16-yard return. But there is a penalty flag back at the 26, and generally that is against the receiving team.
Was at the 26. Now the officials moving the flag up to about the 28. But I think you're right. I think it was a blocking in the back.
Eagles are down 3-0. 7:43 remaining to be played here in the opening quarter. Looks like a personal foul against the Giants. Might have been two penalties.
Yeah, there are two flags down.
One for blocking illegally, the other personal foul. The officials meeting.
There's one very close to the Eagles sideline, one flag, and the other in the center of the field.
There are two fouls during the kick, both by the receiving team. Illegal block and attack. Number 57 is declined. And unnecessary roughness, number 21 hitting a receiver out of bounds after the kick to the goal. First down.
That's one. Phillips. That was on Kenny Phillips.
Yeah, not much of a break, but that is a break in every little thing where they can take advantage of. The Eagles really have to take advantage of. Keep in mind now, Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator, not on the field today. Jim Johnson's actually in the booth with the other coaches.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. 3-0 Giants on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. Giants have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line, moving left to right. Giants leading 3-0, 7:43 to go here in the opening quarter. Motion to the near side, and Steve Smith backs in the eye. On first down, play action, Manning rolls. Manning looks, puts it in the air, hit, intercepted. Asante Samuel at the 20, at the 15, cuts back at the 10, down to the 5, runs down to the 2. Asante Samuel picked off Eli Manning.
Boy, that's a great job by Asante Samuel. Eli Manning play fakes to the weak side, rolls to the strong side, wants to get the ball down the field to his tight end. Asante Samuel just staying in position, keeping his eyes on Eli Manning, picks it off, takes it back the other way. He goes over the head of Dominic Hickson, trying to get the ball to Hickson. But Manning, more than anything, is trying to get out of the way of the pressure.
Here it is. 25-yard return. 1st and goal for the Eagles. The ball at the 2. Everyone in tight. Backs in the eye. McNabb to Westbrook. And he's shut down. He'll lose a yard. Justin Tuck.
Heck of a job of penetrating by Justin Tuck. He just beat the Eagles to the punch at the line of scrimmage, gets into the backfield, play never fully developed.
Asante Samuel has the all-time NFL record for playoff interception, and he's already got one. It is 2nd and goal from the 3.5. Eagles moving right to left, put 3 receivers over to the far side, Curtis to the near side. Westbrook to the far side. McNabb in the gun. Now Westbrook set to the left of McNabb. McNabb back, looks left, looks right. Penalty flag thrown as he fires the football incomplete. And I think we're going to get a holding call against the Giants.
Donovan McNabb saw that flag go up, and he's expecting a defensive call. Didn't have anybody to go to with the football, so he just throws it out of bounds.
Also, Mike, there was no pass rush.
Number 22.
It's a good decision.
Distance to the goal, automatic. First down.
Automatic first down.
Once again, a good decision by Donovan McNabb. He saw that flag, didn't have anyone to go to with the football, just throws the football away.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 2. 6:44 remaining in the opening quarter, 3-0. Giants lead. Eagles trying to take advantage of the first turnover of the game. Backs in an eye under formation. Flacco goes in motion. Give to Westbrook. He leaps. He's thrown back at the 1. Westbrook went airborne and was thrown back. He did not get in, but I think he picked up a yard, making it 2nd and goal. We'll see where they spot it. I think he picked up a yard.
That same play, that same leap gets him into the end zone.
3-0 New York, 6:20 to go here in the first quarter.
But New York really stacked it up there, and maybe if Westbrook stays on the ground, he's able to plunge in.
They might even be close enough if they wanted to go that way for a quarterback sneak. Open set, motion, Jason Levine. McNabb sneaks, extends the football, touchdown! McNabb on a quarterback sneak, takes it in for the touchdown, and the Eagles take the lead.
Good call, Coach. Coach Reese calling the quarterback sneak. Donovan McNabb just lunging forward, reaching the ball over the plane. All he has to do is break the plane with the ball in his possession. He does for the touchdown.
And he knew just how far to go before he thrust the ball forward. And it was across the plane. And the Eagles can take a 7-3 lead with the extra point. And suddenly the crowd here at Giant Stadium is a little less rambunctious. The kick is up. The kick is good. And with that touchdown, Lockheed Martin donates a computer to members of the armed forces as part of its Touchdown for the Troops program. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 7, the Giants 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. You saw it yesterday. Turnovers kill. Well, the Giants are far from being dead, but the reason the Eagles now lead is because Eli Manning was picked off by Asante Samuel, and the Eagles finally converted on a 1-yard stick by Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, and why don't you give Asante Samuel a tasty cake?
I will. Kick off your New Year's resolution with Tasty Cake, sugar-free and 100-calorie products. Nobody makes a cake as tasty as a Tasty Cake.
Asante Samuel now tied with Rodney Harrison for the most postseason interceptions by an active player.
Here is Akers' kickoff to Bradshaw, who went 65 yards with the first one. Comes across the 10, 15, 20, and he will go 40 or 50 yards less this time as the Eagles' Quentin Michael is downfield, limiting him to a 25-yard return that just about gets back to the 20. Even on the first one, Akers' kickoff was a good one.
Yeah.
Found him in the end zone, but the blocking was there for the Giants, and the Eagles' coverage unit broke down. Now the Giants have a 1st and 10, and the football is back at their own 21.
In those coverage units, everybody's got a spot on the field, and if they don't close that thing down properly, they leave running lanes, and that's what they did in that first return.
Derek Ward, tailback in the eye. Motion, Steve Smith. Under center is Manning. Hands off to Ward, who just about gets back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, he was hit first by a blitzing Quentin Michael, and then finished off by Stuart Bradley. 0 gain.
First down run blitzing. One of the reasons the Eagles are one of the best teams in the league on first down. They've got to stop the Giants on first down, put the Giants in passing situations, and then they can take the big guys off the field and send the dogs after Eli Manning.
And they have just that, Mike, as Hansen comes in for Gokong. Giants with 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Manning, whose last pass was picked off, is back in the shotgun. 2nd and 10, ball at the 20, hands off to Ward, and the Eagles are ready for him. He picks up another yard, maybe a yard and a half, but runs right into Broderick Funkley, and no one runs into Broderick Funkley and continues to go very far.
Ward unhappy because as he's going down, Brian Dawkins just pounds him. You know, it's a game for men. If he doesn't like it, he got to go get to the sideline. Dawkins is going to pound you, and Dawkins is going to make you feel it.
Giants 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. Right now they have a 3rd down and 8 at their own 23. Manning into the shotgun. Double wing, slot to either side. Ward positioned to his left. Manning calling for the football. He's back. He's looking. Still looking. Fires. Completes the pass. He's got a 1st down. This time he found Steve Smith open at the 34-yard line, and Manning threw it perfectly for an 11-yard gain.
Well, the Eagles get what they want. They get the Giants in an obvious passing situation. The Giants come out with the tight end out wide, so the Eagles put Akeem Jordan outside. They put Asante Samuel inside in the slot. Steve Smith able to work over Samuel, push him a little to the inside, break outside for the completion.
Hickson split wide to the far side, double tight end, wing to the near side. Lost the man in motion, backs the eye on 1st down. They go with the running play, and the Eagles take care of that. As the handoff goes to Ward, they break through, and they knock him down for a loss of a couple. And he's not happy. That time it was Victor Abiamiri.
Well, and again, it's Quentin Michael coming in, run blitzing on 1st down, disrupting this play. When he's able to take out the lead blocker, and he does, it exposes the running back to everyone else getting in and making the play.
It is 2nd down and about 10.5 for the Giants. Moving left to right into the wind. Eagles up 7-3. 3:13 remaining here in the 1st quarter. On 2nd down. Manning under center. Single setback. Remains Ward. Again they go to Ward. Again he tries to go outside. And this time the Eagles are there just as well. Stuart Bradley sashaying to his right, making the stop after a 1-yard gain. Eagles defense playing the run.
Boy, they are doing a great job of getting up into the lanes on the snap of the football. They're getting Stuart Bradley up in the A-gap, the middle linebacker. They're bringing up the safeties and making it very difficult for the Giants to run the football.
And that's what they want to do. Put Manning in 3rd and long, and that's what they've done once again. It is 3rd down and 9 for New York at their own 35. Manning with 3 receivers. Slot to the near side is right. He's standing in the shotgun. Are the Eagles bringing the dogs right here? Back goes Manning. He's looking. He's pumping. He is floating it to the near side. Caught out of bounds. Incomplete. Intended on the near side of the field for Amani Toomer. And incomplete on the near side of the field. That ball hung up in the air a long way. And Bradley was really putting some heat on Manning.
It's a heck of a defensive stand by the Eagles. They didn't hit Eli Manning that time, but the pressure is all around him. He has to get rid of the football. Very good coverage downfield.
And the punt is Fiegels. In the return to Sean Jackson. The punt is away. Sean Jackson goes to his right. Takes it at the 19. Starts left. Runs left. Looks for room. Gets back to the 20. And a penalty flag thrown late. We'll see about this. It was thrown late. It may be against the Giants as it came very, very late. Or is it going to be a block on the back against the Eagles? It came after he was down already.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 37. Half the distance to the goal.
On the Eagles.
First down.
They were just late throwing it. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 7, the Giants 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. First and 10 Eagles, ball back at their own 10-yard line. They didn't move the ball in their first possession. Their second possession came after the Asante Samuel interception close to the goal line. Eagles have run the ball 4 times, thrown it 3 times. Backs in the eye. Ball on their own 10. Give goes to Westbrook, and he loses a yard.
They just didn't block him. Michael Johnson, the safety, comes up, and he's doing the same thing that Quentin Michael did for the other side. Mirrored defensive. Johnson, the safety, comes up, comes off the edge, doesn't even get blocked, and he stops Westbrook for a 2-yard loss.
You know, special teams plays are so big. The reason the Eagles are back this far was because of the special teams penalty. Also, that was the reason the Giants were back so far when Manning threw his interception. It is 2nd down and 11. McNabb with Buckholder to his left. Giants may have jumped, or were they drawn off? They were drawn off.
Second down.
You know, they're setting up a play, and by the formation, I think the play is set up for L.J. Smith, and he's the one that jumps. You see him move just prior to the snap, or Donovan going through the snap count. L.J. Smith flinched.
Boy, I mean, just flinched.
And there's 3 penalties already on the Eagles for 20 yards.
And so the Eagles with a 2nd down and 16. And that's when problems can really occur. They're back inside their own 5. Westbrook way wide right as a receiver. McNabb goes with a running play underneath and wedging his way out to the 9-yard line is Buckholder, just to give them a little more room. We are in the last minute of play in the first quarter. The Eagles are leading 7-3, and now the Eagles have a 3rd down and 10 from about the 10.
Well, using Westbrook as a decoy this time, and wherever he is, the defense, they're watching him. The 22 eyes are on him, so you hand the ball off to Buck, and he gets you at least back to where you started from.
Avant to the far side. He loves the middle. Slot to the near side. McNabb in the shotgun. It is 3rd and 10 from the 10. McNabb takes the snap. He's looking. Hit as he fires the football. Incomplete on the far side of the field for Avant. McNabb is lucky as that arm came forward. I half expected to see the ball batted backwards into the end zone. That's how close he came to getting hit.
Well, there's some stunning going on that defensive side, and The Eagles do a great job just to pick up everything and give McNabb time to throw the football to the outside. Jason Avant mistimes his jump on the outside.
Hickson back to return a punt from Rocca from his own end zone. He gets it away. It is a line drive. Hickson takes it at his own 45, looks for running room, and runs smack into Quentin Demps, and now penalty flags thrown. Demps, as Hickson came right up the middle, ran into Hickson and really gave him a shot. 44-yard punt, third-yard return, or Sean Considine that time. Sean Considine with the hit, but let's see about the penalty. There were two of them actually thrown.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 25, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Twice, the Giants guilty of the same thing. It's time for the AAA trivia question. The last time the Eagles had a playoff game at the Meadowlands, which Giant returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown? Well, I'll tell you something. Today, Ahmad Bradshaw almost did. True Eagles fans show their pride and their spirit by boarding the AAA Eagles fan cruise this March. Book today by visiting AAA.com/Eagles.
Well, I think if they back up to your comments, they may have the answer.
Absolutely. We have the football at the 35.5-yard line for the Giants. 3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eagles up 7-3. Backs in the eye. Double tight end. Receiver out to the far side. On first down, it's another running play and a big hole for Brandon Jacobs, and he picks up 12 yards and runs it almost to midfield, and that's how the first quarter will end with the score. The Eagles 7, the Giants 3 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. Time to go to Domino's.com and order your favorite Domino's pizza. Domino's now has oven-baked sandwiches for $4.99 each. They deliver them right to your door on game day and every day. Domino's, you have 30 minutes.
Now with that carry, Jacob gets 5 carries for 22 yards. Manning 4 for 7, 31 yards in that interception. McNabb 2 for 4, 7 yards passing.
Those stats brought to you by PNC, solutions that help you achieve your goals in life. PNC leading the way. Giants first and 10. Moving right to left, and now they will benefit from this cold winter wind. Yeah. Football at the third 20, at the 47-yard line, their own 47.
They almost doubled the Eagles' time of possession in that first quarter.
But the big key was Manning threw it into the hands of Asante Samuel, who put the Eagles in position to score on McNabb's 1-yard quarterback sneak. Backs in the eye for the Giants. They're still on their own side of the field. It is first and 10 at their 47. Jacobs takes a step forward, then goes back. Double tight end, one wide receiver. On first down, they go to Jacobs, and Jacobs is down after a pickup of 1, maybe 2. Mike Patterson did that by his lonesome. That'll be second down and 8, New York.
They line up both tight ends to the left side. Then they choose to run to the weak side away from the 2 tight end set. The Eagles are there to make the stop.
It'll be second down and 8.5. Jacobs, 6 carries, 24 yards. Again, as Mike said, they put both tight ends to the near side of the left of Manning. Lone receiver to the far side. Backs in a classic eye. On second down and 8. Quick pitch out to Jacobs. Looks for running room and does not find it as the Eagles gang tackle him. Oh, do they hit him. Led by Gokong with the first pop. And then he got some help.
Great job by Chris Gokong finding space, getting to the ball carrier, wrapping him up. The Eagles are blitzing, but the ball goes away from the blitzing side, but Chris Gokong does a great job of heading that play off.
He made a big run-stopping play last week on Peterson. Giants are 1 for 4 on third down conversions. We're just over a minute into the second quarter. Eagles leading 7-3. For the Giants, it is third and 7. Ball near midfield. Manning with 2 receivers to the far side. 1 to the near. He's back. He's being chased. He loads up. He is firing deep for Smith, who reaches out and cannot bring it in. Smith had a half a step on Dawkins and Brown, but the ball 2 yards too far.
Yeah, the ball is exactly right, and that's the only reason they didn't complete this pass. Dawkins really didn't get over there in time. Smith outruns the coverage, and fortunately for the Eagles, that ball's overthrown.
And the punt. Jeff Feagles, and the return to Sean Jackson. Feagles back to his 35, and he gets it away. It is a wobbler. Sean Jackson watches it bounce, gets out of the way, and it is knocked back. And the Eagles are going to have this down at the, or is it a touchback? I think they're going to rule it's a touchback, or are they? Let's see where they spot it.
Nope, they're going to spot it.
They're going to spot it inside the 5-yard line. They're going to say it is back inside the 5.
Heck of a special teams play.
It sure was. That looked like it was going into the end zone, and it was Terrell Thomas who got the hand on it and batted it backwards. There's a timeout on the field with the score 7-3 Eagles on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. 7-3 Eagles lead. We are less than 2 minutes into the second quarter, and the Eagles again deep in their own territory inside the 5. Backs in the eye. Motion, Hank Basket on first down. McNabb goes to Westbrook, pushes and pulls and gets only a yard. Football comes loose after the play is ruled dead. It was dead and blown dead, and the official is emphatic about that. It'll be second down and about 9. So Westbrook on 5 carries, Mike, has -3 yards.
As a -3 yards, no receptions. The Eagles have run the ball now 7 times, thrown the ball 4 times. They really have to hold on to the football a little bit longer, allow their defense to stay on the sideline and get rested. And they can't put so much on their defense.
They go with a slot to the near side. Backs in the eye. McNabb throwing into the wind as he fakes, backs up, fires, incomplete. Was hit in the end zone, and the arm was going forward. Now there's a penalty flag, and let's see about this. Let's see about this. Is it a safety?
It's in the ground.
Offensive 5, no receiver in the area.
Safety. Intentional grounding. Well, he was clearly not outside the tackles. He was clearly not outside the tackles.
Well, the only thing he can argue is that maybe his arm was hit as he's throwing the football.
He sure could argue. He sure could argue.
There is no one in the vicinity of that football.
However, the arm being hit can theoretically totally affect the flight of the ball.
He was wrapped up as he's throwing the football, so of course it could affect the flight of the ball. I don't think it's going to go over well with the officials. No, I don't think it's going to matter.
I don't think it's going to matter. I think that's going to be a safety, clear and simple. And we have a 7-5 game, and the Eagles punting off.
And see, that's what they didn't need. This offense really needs to help out the defense. Defense playing outstanding football, but not getting enough help from the offense. The Giants doubled the time of possession in the first quarter. And so far, in the second quarter, it's still the Giants holding on to the football.
But look at the field position for the Eagles. Eagles have had horrible field position on almost every offensive possession, with the exception, of course, of the interception by Asante Samuel, which was returned to the 2-yard line. Here is Rocket to punt the football off. He does high and end over end to the near side of the field, where it is taken by Bradshaw at the 20. Runs to his right, left, right, and is finally tripped up on a good tackle by Tracy White down at the 31-yard line. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Eagles 7, the Giants 5. We're in the second inning on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. It is 7-5 Eagles. Giants first and 10, ball at their own 32-yard line. Backs in the eye. Ward is the tailback. Wide receiver split. Under center. Eli Manning, who turns, gives it to Ward, and Ward is brought down after a pickup of about 4. Mike, to this point, the Eagles have done a very good job stopping the Giants' running game.
Well, that's Ward's 5th carry. Ward has about 6 yards on the day. Jacobs 7 carries for 25 yards. So, yeah, they're getting up to the line of scrimmage. They're stopping their run game. And they really can't throw the ball. They don't have Plexico Burris. They don't have good receivers. So the Eagles are doing a very good job defensively overall.
But you know what? At some point, they're going to go downfield to Dominic Hickson, which they did last time when he dropped the ball. Out to the far side is Toomer. It is 2nd down and 6 for the Giants. Motion, the tight end Boss. On 2nd down, play action. Manning back, pumps, fires, complete. And he may have picked up a 1st down as he hit the tight end this time, Kevin Boss. We'll see where they spot it. He's very, very close. Let's take a look at this sideline. Let's see where the measurement. Does he pick it up?
Yep.
Yes, he does. All right, let's quickly go to Howard on the sideline.
And here's what the officials explained to Andy Reid on the safety. In the NFL, it's the intent, as they believe it, where he's going to throw it, regardless of whether his arm is hit. I don't believe that's the college rule, but in the NFL, it's the intent and the judgment of the official where he's going to throw it and if there's a receiver there. Back up to you.
Thanks, Howard. Good report. 1st and 10 Giants at the 42. Handoff goes to Ward, and he breaks one tackle and then comes to the 45 and is pulled down. He got away from Bradley, who reached out to get him and was finally brought down up at the 46-yard line. Howard's report brought to you by AT&T. More bars in more places. Switch to the wireless network with the best global coverage. AT&T, your world delivered.
Stuart Bradley from his middle linebacker spot. He's able to get there, but couldn't wrap up. Trying to arm tackle and bring the running back down.
It is 2nd down and 7 for the Giants, up across their 45, backs and an eye under. Play action. Manning is back, has time, fires, incomplete. Almost picked off by Michael, who stepped in front of Boss. But there's a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage, and let's see about this. Let's see about this.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 55. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Illegal hands to the face on Stuart Bradley. Well, we obviously had our heads downfield. We will await to see if they give us a replay. As Manning went back, and they're calling it on Bradley.
Well, he had a lot of the face mask. Stuart Bradley comes right up the middle.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Giants in Eagles territory at the 49. 10-19 to go until halftime. Eagles up 7-5. Backs in the eye. Motion to the near side. Dorsey Johnson, a tight end. Manning is straight back. He's looking. He floats it to the near side. Complete. He's got his tight end again for a big 1st down. He's got Kevin Boss deep in Eagles territory at the 28. And that was a 20-yard gain. And Manning threw it beautifully.
Play action faking. Stuart Bradley, middle linebacker, gets caught looking into the backfield. Boss on an out route, and he's wide open. Bradley trailing it.
Hickson out to the far side, Toomer to the near side. 1st and 10 Giants. Jacobs back in as the tailback in the eye. Give goes to Jacobs, tries to get outside, and is hit by Parker and Michael and finished by Bradley. 3 Eagles over there to hit him 1, 2, 3, and he doesn't get far.
Very, very physical football game. Jaquay Parker coming off the end does a great job of getting out in front of Jacobs, forcing him to the outside, then wrapping him up, and then his help arrives almost immediately.
Jacobs is not fast, but if he is allowed to run downhill, he can power by people. They caught him that time, and it will be 2nd down and 10. Manning into the shotgun. Jacobs positioned to his right. Slot to the near side. Smith, the receiver, in the slot. Now Manning needs a timeout.
Timeout, New York, your 1st.
Timeout on the field with the score. Birds up, 7-5 on the Eagles Radio Network. Exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. 9:07 remaining here in the 1st half, but the Eagles are leading 7-5. However, the Giants are inside the Eagles 30 down at the 28. And they have a 2nd down and 10. Manning is in the shotgun. 3 receivers right. Hickson left. Shotgun. Jacobs to his left. Manning still calling and motioning. Manning now takes the snap. He's back, floats it, and it is dropped, incomplete. Hickson had a shot at it inside the 5-yard line. The ball was not well thrown. Hickson did not bring it in, and now the Giants have a 3rd and 10.
And I think they've got a communication problem in the secondary. You see Sheldon Brown coming back, and he and Quentin Michael are talking. But Hickson gets right by Sheldon Brown, and Sheldon appears as if he's looking for help, but he doesn't get help.
Hickson to the far side, Ward in the far side slot, Manning under center. Slot to the near side, now he goes back into his shotgun. 3rd and 10. Now Ward positioned to the right of Manning. Ball at the Eagles 28. Back goes Manning. Here comes the rush, and he dumps it off incomplete. That one could have been an intentional grounding, except that he didn't have a man in the area. He too was not outside the tackle, but he unloaded, incomplete. And the Giants will bring in the field goal unit, and it will be John Carney, I believe, they will bring in. They have 2 kickers active today, but it is Carney, and this will be a 46-yarder.
Eli Manning gets rid of the football in the direction of Kevin Boss to just avoid the sack. The Eagles are all in his face.
This is to give the Giants a 1-point lead. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. It is no good. It is no good. And Carney, who only missed 3 field goals the entire season, 2 of which were blocked, comes up small on his first opportunity this afternoon. So, take a deep breath. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Birds up. 7-5 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC. 8:53 remaining in the first half. Eagles on top, 7-5.
Yeah, this is cool. The Eagles 11 yards total offense thus far.
But this is the first time, Mike, they have had decent field position. Buckholder, single setback. They go with a double tight end, both to the right side. Basket in motion. On first down, McNabb goes to Buckholder, and Buckholder does what Westbrook does. He's down after a yard. I mean, it's not who's back there. It's the Giants' defensive line beating the Eagles' offensive line at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and they know this by now. First down, they're going to do the same thing the Eagles like to do. They're going to bring the safeties up. They're expecting the Eagles to run the football, and the Eagles have been running the football on first down. They're bringing up that extra guy in run support.
It is 2nd down. Single setback. Slot to both sides. Back goes McNabb, fires over the middle, up to the 40 is Brent Selleck. Took the pass for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Not much there. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
But it's a good starter. You got to start somewhere to try and move the football and try and get these Giants off balance somehow.
Eagles have now run the ball 8 times and passed it 6. 3rd down and 5. Ball up at the 41. Eagles moving left to right into the wind. 7:48 remaining in the first half. Out to the far side goes Curtis. 3 receivers, including the tight end, split to the near side. Shotgun. And there'll be a stoppage right here as the Eagles will take a timeout, and I think it was called by Andy Reid. I think it was called from the sideline.
Well, I tell you what, it's a very good timeout. Donovan McNabb had problems with the communications that time. He had to get a signal in from the sideline, so the play clock's running down before he can get the play off, so it's a smart call by Andy. Donovan coming to the sideline now to change helmets because of the communication problem that he's having.
We're looking out of the press box window high atop the Meadowlands, high atop Giants Stadium, and over the far wall we are staring into the new stadium being built here in East Rutherford that will replace this one not next year but in 2010 or 2011. And it is something. That'll be up in 2011. It is enormous. It dwarfs this one. All right, here we are, 3rd down and 5. Eagles up, 7-5. Ball at their own 41. 3 receivers to the near side. McNabb in the shotgun. McNabb calling for the football. He's back. He's looking. Fires. and it is caught by L.J. Smith, and let's see, I think he had it. L.J. made a real tough catch. L.J. made a real tough catch, snatching it away from a couple of Giants and turning it into a 6-yard gain. That was a big-time play.
That's a big-time catch by L.J. And you know you're going to get pounded when you catch that football in that type of traffic. He goes up, catches the football, and it's enough for a first down. And that's what they need. Even that little short play to Brent Selleck, you've got to start to chip away at this defense and hold on to the football. Play keep away with the football.
1st and 10, ball up at the 47. Single setback Westbrook, takes the snap, takes the pitch, looks for running room, and dives forward up to the 48. He got a little room on the near side, but not too much, as he picked up 2.5 before being knocked down by Michael Johnson and Justin Tuck.
Brent Selleck out there, John Runyon, who could barely walk 2 days ago, out on the perimeter, trying to get blocks for Westbrook.
It is 2nd down and 8.5. Not much there. But you know what, with Westbrook, if they give him an inch here or there, he will burn them. This time the backs in the eye and the wide receiver split. It is 2nd down and 8. Flacco takes a signal from McNabb. Relays it to Westbrook. McNabb comes right back to Westbrook. Steps over a man at the 50. Takes it to the 45. Down to the 44. Westbrook very close to picking up a first down. He may be a little bit short, but that was his most productive run from scrimmage. 8 yards, and he still has it.
I tell you what, Donovan McNabb gets to the line of scrimmage, realizes that he needs to change the play, communicates it to both sides, left and right. They get off on the snap. Klecko gets out there, gets an excellent block. Westbrook jumps over a man, gets the football down the field.
It is Buckholder, the tailback in the eye. It is 3rd down and a yard. McNabb to Buckholder, who pushes, shoves, and has it. They throw him back, but from our vantage point, it appeared that he got across the 43. That's where he had to go to pick up the first down. From our vantage point, he had it. We have 5:11 to go here in the first half. Eagles hanging on to a 7-5 lead, and let's see where they position the ball.
Well, and I like this. I like the way they're playing football. They're lining up at the line of scrimmage. They're going to try and hit the Giants in the mouth and just try and move the ball methodically down the football field.
Westbrook back in. Tailback in the eye. McNabb stumbles as he gets it over to Westbrook, and Westbrook picks up about a yard. McNabb came out with the football stumbling backwards, and that's the kind of play that sometimes results in a fumble. Fortunately, Westbrook was able to get a good grip on the ball and turned it into a gain of a yard.
Well, falling back, McNabb almost tosses the football into the belly of Westbrook. Westbrook able, as you said, to hold on to the football.
It is 2nd down and 9.
But yeah, that's
Giants 41.
That's a scary play because that one can go back the other way.
Jackson to the near side. Curtis to the far side. Backs and an eye over. McNabb fakes. He's back. He looks. He fires incomplete. And he was trying to go over the middle again. DeSean Jackson was there. He was pretty much wrapped up. There were Giants all around. That wasn't close to being completed. And now here are the Eagles with another 3rd down. And it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. That's when you try to stay at them. On 3rd downs, they are 2 for 4, 2 for 2 on this drive. Curtis to the far side with Westbrook in the slot. McNabb in the shotgun. Slot to the near side. It is 3rd and 9 at the New York 41. McNabb is back. Here comes the rush. He floats it to the near side, and it is intercepted at the 20. Intercepted at the 20-yard line, as reaching up and coming down with the ball was Kevin Dockery, intended for DeSean Jackson, but McNabb did not have the protection. He was hit as that ball was coming out of his arm, and it fluttered. That ball was coming out of his hand just as he was really popped.
Yeah, Terrell Thomas, the cornerback, wasn't even blocked. He had a free run for Donovan McNabb. He hits Donovan as he's throwing the football. McNabb wants to get the ball in the vicinity of DeSean Jackson, but the football is picked off. Good defensive call by Steve Spagnuolo. You know, you set up your guys and you bring the right guy at the right time. He gets the hit on McNabb as he's releasing the football.
1st and 10, Giants ball on their own 20, backs in the eye. Brandon Jacobs. They call him Earth, the tailback. And they give it to Jacobs, who looks for running room and picks it up across the 30. He's at the 35-40, and he gets finally tackled up across the 40 as the day was just saved by Sheldon Brown. Sheldon Brown grabbed him on the lower part of his leg, and if he didn't catch him, Brandon Jacobs is putting points on the board.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins takes a bad angle to Jacobs. Jacobs gets a great block from Madison Hedgehog, the fullback, on Quentin Michael. That was the block that sprung him open.
That could have been disaster. 1st and 10, ball at the Giants' 44. The give goes to Ward, and Ward picks up about 4 and then is thrown down by Bradley. So the Giants running the ball with a little bit of success right now. 3:10 remaining here in the first half. This is pretty much what you expected, right?
Absolutely.
A tough game, pounding away, a mistake here, a mistake there, but not a pretty game. Not a day to look at wide receivers sprinting after footballs, making one-handed grabs, but tough, hard-nosed football, and that's what we're getting. Each team with an interception, but the Giants really paid for theirs. Right now, they have a 2nd and 5 near midfield. Backs and 9 under formation. Ward is the tailback. The wide receiver split. On 2nd down play action, Manning back. Has time, steps up, throws on the run, complete the Boss at the 35-30, and spun down at the 26. Kevin Boss, the tight end, was wide open, and Manning had an easy 25-yard throw.
He's got Stuart Bradley, the middle linebacker in coverage, does Boss. Stuart Bradley falls down. Boss makes a move on him at the top of his route, and Bradley falls down and leaves Boss with a free run and wide open.
So now the Giants bring back Brandon Jacobs. On 1st down, the give goes to Jacobs. He's looking for running room, and he is pushed down shy of the 20. He was hit first by Bradley and pushed forward. Bradley did not let go, and the play results in a 5-yard gain. And we'll get the 2-minute warning right here. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Where Toyota quality can save you money, Toyotas are a smart way to keep moving forward. There's the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 7, the Giants 5 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. Mike, the Eagles are not putting a whole lot of heat on Manning.
Well, they're coming with it. It's just that the Giants are picking up the stunts. Jim Johnson's calling a lot of stunts, he and Sean McDermott, but the Giants are able to, they've seen this defense enough. It's the same defense they play against in practice every day. They are picking it up. They're doing a very good job of figuring out who's coming and picking up the stunts. And oftentimes, they're going away from where the Eagles are blitzing. The Eagles are blitzing off their right side, and the play is going to the Giants' left side.
So the Giants have a 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 26, with 2 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Eagles leading 7-5. And the Giants with the wind at their backs. Manning made that last play look easy. Here's the answer to the first quarter AAA trivia question.
You already gave it away.
I know I did. But the last time the Eagles had a playoff game at the Meadowlands, Ron Dixon was the Giant who returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. True Eagles fans showed their pride and their spirit by boarding the AAA Eagles fan cruise this March. Booked today by visiting AAA.com/Eagles. Giants quarterback that day was Terry Collins, who is now on vacation, thanks to Baltimore's win over Tennessee. It is 1st and 10 Giants at the Eagles' 26. Let's see if the Eagles defense can create a turnover. In the shotgun is Manning. Manning is back, throws quickly out on the side. Hickson makes the catch and then is hit for a loss of a yard or 2. He took the pass, a quick hitch, and Sheldon Brown was all over him. However, there's a penalty flag on the far side. Let's see about this.
Offside. Defense, number 75. 5-yard 50, 1st and 5.
So they're calling offsides on Jaquay Parker. That is the 6th Eagles penalty in this game. So now the Giants have a 1st and 5 at the 21. As Smith goes wide and into that slot goes Toomer. Hickson to the near side. Now Ward, positioned in the backfield to the left of Manning, who's in the shotgun. 1st and 5 from the 20. Manning back, fires. It is high and incomplete. It was in and out of the arm of Toomer, who was covered by Bradley. Bradley there to pop him, but the ball actually ricocheted off his left shoulder first.
Yeah, and he should hit him harder. You know, when these receivers are running around in your secondary, you got to hit them. You got to hit them and make them feel it. Make them think about coming in your territory.
The Giants' Kareem McKenzie limping off. He's their right tackle. He is a key player, and he's hurt. Well, the Giants are the 2nd down and 5 at the 21. Manning again in the shotgun, 3 receivers left. Back goes Manning. He looks, he fires, incomplete, and incomplete it is. I hesitated because it was hit into the air. Michael on Boss, and there were Eagles in the territory, but it fell free and hit the turf, incomplete. Nice. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 5 at the 21.
Hey, that's a great defensive job by Quentin Michael, climbing up the tree on Kevin Boss and deflecting that football. The ball pops up, and it appears as if Dawkins may have a shot at it, but the ball ends up on the turf.
This time Ward is split as a receiver out to the far side of the field. Manning's going to take a timeout with 1:45 remaining in the first half.
New York, their 2nd.
Let's go to John Russell for a scoreboard.
Quick look at the AFC, Merrill, in Nashville yesterday.
Here's Flacco taking out of the gun, and here they come. He throws downfield. He has Mason. Touchdown.
Dream season continues, Merrill, for the rookie coach and the rookie quarterback. They are headed to the AFC title game. Scoreboard brought to you by Reed Mattel Auto World. 9 franchises, 1 location, Business Route 1 Langhorne, or shop from the comfort of your home at reedmattel.com.
You knew that rookie coach was going to be a good one. Of course, he coached against a good one. 2 former assistants, Jeff Fisher and John Harbaugh. They're both outstanding coaches.
The Giants' right tackle, Kareem McKenzie, back onto the field.
Giants are only 1 for 6 on 3rd down conversions. Here they are, 3rd down and 5. Empty backfield. Double wing. Ball at the Eagles' 21. Manning in the shotgun. Are the Eagles going to come right here? Manning's back. He fires out on the far side of the field, and coming up short this time is Derek Ward. He's going to miss the 1st down, I believe, by about a yard. Are they going to bring in the field goal unit again? Yeah, he's short by a full yard.
Well, that is a great play by Darren Howard. Just sprinting out there from his end position.
Their 2nd. A 30-second timeout.
I can't believe, I'd be very shocked that if Tom Coughlin would go for it in a playoff game. This is a tight game. If he goes for it right here and the Eagles stop them on 4th and 1, that is going to give the Eagles tremendous momentum going into the locker room at halftime. If he kicks the field goal, the Giants will have a 1-point lead. And this is even closer than the one he missed. The other one was 46. If he wants to kick it here, it would be about a 35-yarder. Now let's see what they do. He also could send them to the line of scrimmage to try to draw the Eagles off sides.
Well, and Manning's been real good with the hard count today. And he's gotten the Eagles to jump. And he's throwing them off balance with the hard count, but they're going to decide to kick the field goal.
Sure, they've got to. I mean, this is playoff football, and this is to give the Giants a 1-point lead. And this is only a 35-yarder for 44-year-old John Corney. He was good from 22. He missed from 46. This is to give the Giants a 1-point lead. Ball will be spotted at the 25. So it's a 35-yard attempt. Ball is spotted. The kick is away, and the kick is good. And the Giants, for the first time since early in the game, retake the lead at 8-7. Let's go to John Russell.
Down in Charlotte last night, Merrill.
Delhomme throws. That one is picked off.
5th interception by Jake Delhomme on the day. He also fumbled once as out go the Panthers in a nightmarish day in Carolina, and on march the Cardinals to the NFC title game. Scoreboard brought to you by Dietz & Watson. Official Frank Sausage and Deli Meats of the Eagles. Expect the best from Dietz & Watson.
Join Jimmy Rollins, J.C. Romero, and Ryan Madsen as the home of the Phillies 1210 WPHT honors the world champions on February 4th at the Crystal Tea Room in Philadelphia. For tickets, call CBS Sports at 215-625-6547. Ticket proceeds benefit the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And cheers to the champs, proudly presented by the Delaware Valley Acura dealers. McNabb 4 for 9, 18 yards and an interception. And Mike, it would be nice to see the Eagles move the football in this last minute and a half of the first half and give David Akers a chance to take the lead.
Well, their last possession, though, it ended in an interception, was their best offensive possession thus far. It would be nice to see McNabb engineer a hurry-up offense and get David Akers, at least get David Akers in position to attempt a field goal. But keep in mind, he's throwing the football. They're going into the win in this possession.
It'll be Lawrence Tynes kicking off. That's something when a roster has the luxury of two kickers, activating both of them on game day. Of course, Tynes got hurt early in the season, and that's what necessitated picking up Carney. Tynes kicks it high, and it is coming on the left side to Demps, who takes it at the 3, out to the 5, 10, 15, 20, runs to his right. He's at the 25, and he fights his way forward, and that's about it. Got out to the 25, 22-yard return. Kenny Phillips makes the stop. So we have 1:24 remaining until halftime. Eagles trail by a point at 8-7. Moving into the win. I would say to give Mike Akers a chance, Eagles would have to be down somewhere in the vicinity of the 20-yard line into the stiff wind. Do you buy that?
I agree, absolutely.
Ball up at the 25. Curtis, who has no receptions today. Avant, who has none out to the far side. McNabb in the gun. Jackson to the near side. 1st and 10. McNabb back. He fires and it's dropped by Brent Selleck at the 30. Brent Selleck had that one go in and out of his hands. He is usually a very, very sure-handed receiver. Not that time.
Well, the only positive there is that the clock stops, but Brent Selleck on that very easy throw and catch drops the football. The safety comes on a blitz, so it leaves Selleck wide open to just catch the ball.
It is 2nd and 10. Again, 3 receivers. Again, the shotgun. Again, the line of scrimmage to 25. Back goes McNabb again. Fires. He's got Deshaun Jackson racing. Has a first down. And the rookie has the wisdom to run out of bounds and stop the clock with 1:13 remaining and a 13-yard pickup. You give it to him, and can he fly?
Well, and he stops the clock, but that's a smart thing. A little chirping on the Giants sideline, that's not very smart, but he does get the football, get the first down, and out of bounds to stop the clock.
He's out to the far side. Slot to the near side. That's Avant in the slot. Curtis wide right. Back goes McNabb again. He pumps, he fires. He's got Avant, and Avant is thrown down up at the 44-yard line. Pick up on the play of about 6. Seconds ticking away, down to 102, 101. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles. They go with a shotgun on a double wing. McNabb positioned at his own 40. He's back, he looks, he dumps it. It is complete at midfield, and running out of bounds this time is Westbrook, stopping the clock in Giants territory with 47 seconds left. 6-yard pickup. Eagles in possession of 1 remaining timeout. They have 1 timeout left, and they have the football on Giants territory as they are moving the ball. They trail 8-7 with 47 seconds remaining in the first half. Go with a slot to the far side. Deshaun Jackson to the near side, the right of McNabb. Westbrook the single setback. Under center is McNabb this time. McNabb backpedals. Here comes the rush. He steps up, he lets it fly, and he completes it to Avant inside the 35 at the 34. 40 seconds, and the Eagles will kill the clock with their final timeout with a 15-yard strike to the man in the middle.
Boy, and that's a very nice job of engineering the hurry-up offense by Donovan McNabb. So guys may be a little bit tight, and you watch the receivers in particular bending over, holding their knees. That means these guys they've been doing a lot of running in this possession, but that's what you need. You need the hurry-up offense, and the way McNabb is spreading the ball around, moving the football around, keeping the Giants off balance. That's what this offense needs.
Running the 2-minute drill has not been one of the things the Eagles have done particularly well this season, but this one so far is developing very nicely. But let's see how it finishes.
Well, and they're not relying on the outside throw. You watch, he's throwing the ball in the middle of the field. Not that long throw to the outside. He's got the crossing routes going. He's got the throw to the halfback going and just moving the football.
He goes with a shotgun double wing. Ball at the Giants 34. McNabb back again. Looking, firing, complete on the near side as he has Deshaun Jackson for a 9-yard gain. And he stopped the clock with 36 seconds to go. I think he needs another 5 or 6 yards to give Akers a makeable field goal into this win.
Deshaun Jackson runs that same route. If they're going to play off of him, you get that same type of timing on the throw, a 10-yard route, and you're right into the range of David Akers.
36 seconds remaining here in the first half. It is 2nd and 1. McNabb's back. He's looking, still looking, pumping, firing, throws it out of bounds. Did that on purpose. There was nobody open, did not find what he wanted, and he killed the clock with 31 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the Eagles have a 3rd down and 1.
But most importantly, that clock in his head is going off. You know, that quarterback's always got that clock in his head. You know you've got to get rid of the football. Avoiding taking a sack, just throwing the ball out of bounds.
Eagles are 2 for 5 on 3rd down conversion. Curtis to the far side, Jackson to the near side. Avant in the near side slot. Shotgun. Ball at the Giants 25. They go with the running play, and they go quickly to Westbrook, who picks up the 1st down. Clock ticking, 25, 24, 23, and McNabb will spike it right here. McNabb gets up and spikes the football, killing it with 18. 18 seconds left, and now they are within a makeable field goal range for David Akers, even with this win. Giants leading 8-7. And now, Mike, what do? Do you take a couple of shots at the end zone?
I would love to see them take a shot. If you get the one-on-one matchup you want on the outside, I would love to see them take a shot into the end zone.
Now, still, if they get caught outside the end zone, they still do, with 18 seconds, have time to spike it one more time. Slot to the near side. Curtis to the far side. Back goes McNabb. He's pumping. He's looking. He's going to run. He's going to run. Penalty flag down as McNabb is out of bounds down at the 12-yard line. We'll see about the flag.
Yeah, Brent Selleck seemed to think that he was held by one of the safeties.
He was, but I'm not sure if you're the Eagles that you take it, because there are 10 seconds left. I don't take the penalty right here. I take the run by McNabb.
Was in the pocket. Illegal contact. Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty.
Now they're going to take it. Oh, from the end of the run. From the end of the run, sure. From the end of the run, then you're going to take it. Of course. We have 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. Eagles trail 8-7. 10 seconds left. Now you just have to throw one in the end zone, and if it doesn't work out, bring in David Akers for a chip shot.
Yeah, you get one throw here, and you know it takes you about 5 seconds to kick the field goal. So you get one shot at the end zone, and you make sure that this is a ball that only your receiver can catch or nobody can catch, and then you bring in David Akers.
Cannot turn it over. That's the big thing right here. Receiver split. McNabb under center. And his 1st and goal with 10 seconds left. McNabb's back, pumps, looks. He is going to throw it incomplete. It was caught, but out of bounds, making the catch was Deshaun Jackson. He went up, but he was out of bounds, and they will bring in the field goal unit with 4 seconds left. So he gave it the look and did what he could. The big thing there was not turning it over and putting the Eagles in position to take a 10-8 halftime lead. And David Akers has 15 consecutive postseason field goals. He needs one to tie Gary Anderson's all-time NFL record. So here it is. Akers with a 25-yarder. Spotted, kicked, up, and it is good at the gun. It is good at the gun. David Akers has tied Gary Anderson with 16 consecutive postseason field goals, and the Eagles have recaptured the lead 10-8.
And with that field goal, Sovereign Bank donates another $300 to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Visit giftofchildhood.com to see how you too can help.
It's a great time to drive a Mitsubishi. Check out the phenomenal 4 from Mitsubishi. 4 cars, 4 cylinders, 0 compromises. That was a well-executed 2-minute drive. After the game, join Bubba and Kevin Riley at Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia For the All-Star post-game show on Eagles Radio, it's time to make the world a better place in which to drive. And as Allstate stand, are you in good hands? And there's the end of a grueling, tough, hard-hitting first half with the score. The Eagles 10, the Giants 8 on the Eagles Radio Network. Exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP.
This is the Heineken Halftime Show, brought to you in part by Gore-Tex, built for the toughest terrain, the longest days, and the harshest conditions. Wolverine boots with waterproof, breathable Gore-Tex linings available at Dick's Sporting Goods. By The Coach's Show. Join Andy Reid, Merrill Reese, CBS 3's Beasley Reese, and yours truly at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly tomorrow night at 6. Special Eagles guest wide receiver Jason Avant will be joining us. And by PA One Call. If you're planning any digging or excavating, call Pennsylvania One Call System Inc. at 1-800-242-1776 or see their website, www.pa1call.org. All right, first half highlights. Eagles-Giants from the Meadowlands coming up. First, though, we take you around the National Football League in this, the divisional round of the playoffs. First stop, Nashville.
Here's Flacco taking out of the gun, and here they come. He steps to the right. He throws downfield. He has Mason. It is caught, and he is in for the touchdown. This may be the season here for the Titans. Collins takes. Collins back to throw. Collins dumps it downfield. It is incomplete. And the Ravens will be headed to the AFC Championship game. Ravens line up as Flacco takes the knee, and that does it.
That did it as the dream season continues for the rookie quarterback and rookie head coach. The Baltimore Ravens are headed to the AFC Championship game. Next stop, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Play action fake. Delhomme rolls right. Palms throws right corner. It's intercepted. Arizona picks it off at the 1-yard line. Delhomme from his 38, first down and 10. Blitz is coming. He throws over the middle. Head ball's picked off. Delhomme fakes the quick out and a pass tipped in the air. Intercepted. It's an interception by Antrell. Roll down the near sideline at the 50. Cuts back right at the 40. Roll is still going. Antrell roll to the 30. All the way down to the Carolina 26. Delhomme back in the pocket looking right. Now left, throws into the end zone. It's picked off. Arizona picks it off in the end zone. Delhomme throws. That one is picked off. Again, 5th interception of the game. And those fans who remain are now heading to the exits. Jake Delhomme, who had a quarterback rating of 95 in the 7 postseason games. This has to be the worst night of his career.
Nightmare in Carolina. Panthers marched the length of the field on their opening drive, but after that it was all over. Jake Delhomme picked off 5 times. He fumbled once as on marched the Arizona Cardinals to the NFC Championship. Final invitation to Conference Championship weekend will be mailed from Heinz Field, Pittsburgh later today as the San Diego Chargers find themselves in a city where it feels some 70 degrees colder than the one they flew out of. Chargers-Steelers winner to host the Ravens next Sunday for the AFC Championship. All right, I'm John Russell. First half highlights from the Meadowlands coming up. This is the Heineken Halftime Show on the Eagles Radio Network, sponsored exclusively by PNC.
Well, Mike, it is 10-8 Eagles, and we are 30 football minutes away from one of these two teams advancing to the NFC Championship game.
This week's contestants for the Mercedes-Benz opening kickoff is Annie Benevito of Wilmington, Delaware. If the Eagles return this kickoff for a touchdown, then Annie will drive away in a 2009 Mercedes-Benz ML 350.
That was a pretty good 2-minute drill.
You know, I think it was their best possession. In fact, I think they should go with the hurry-up offense. You know, really throw the Giants defense off balance, come out with a hurry-up offense, and see what happens. I don't think it could hurt.
Giants have done a pretty good job on Westbrook, although the last time, aside from the first down that he picked up, he did have one 8-yard burst where you saw a little crack in the Giants' defensive wall. Donovan McNabb was 9 for 18, 68 yards. And he scored a touchdown on a quarterback sneak.
Brandon Jacobs carrying the football 9 times for 49 yards. Had that one burst of 22 yards.
But that was a game, well, maybe not, it's too early to say a game-saving tackle, but a potentially game-saving tackle by Sheldon Brown. Here is Tynes' kickoff. It is a low-line drive taken by Demps at the goal line. Out to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Demps at the 25, 30. Demps at the 45. Demps on the way up near midfield. Demps with a burst. Demps with a 46-yard kickoff return. And when you talk about field position, Quentin Demps has just given the Eagles an ideal spot. And it's the start of the second half. Time to go to Domino's.com and order your favorite Domino's pizza. Try the new oven-baked sandwiches for $4.99 each. And they deliver them right to your door game day and every day. Domino's, you have 30 minutes. Eagles 3 yards from midfield. And the Giants fans are not yet back in their seats. McNabb in the shotgun right away. 3 receivers, including Basket to the far side. Curtis to the near side. Back goes McNabb, lets it hum. Complete to Avant. But the Giants are ready and they stop him at the 49.
Yeah,
a good pass for 2 yards.
But it's a good time to get it going, get this offense going before this crowd does get back into their seats and start to get that 12th man onto the field.
Now the Eagles will have the winds at their backs in the fourth quarter.
Right. But throwing the football in that hurry-up offense into the wind, they were very successful with smart throws.
Backs in the eye. It is second down and 8. McNabb under center. He's back. He looks. He fires. It is intercepted on a deflection. It is intercepted, and running is Fred Robbins, finally tackled down to the 30-yard line. There's a big turnover. It was swatted at the line of scrimmage, and then Fred Robbins was able to wrestle it into his chest and pick up the ball, and just like that, turnovers make the difference, and the Giants are inside their Eagles 35-yard line.
Boy, that is a huge play. Big play. I think it's Blackburn, the linebacker, jumps up and he gets his hand on the football, and it ends up into the hands of Robbins. Big guy just chugging down the field and tackled by Kevin Curtis.
Eagles simply have to shake it off. Defense has to just bear down. Backs in the eyes. Jacobs the tailback. Tight end in motion, Boss. On first down, it's a running play to Jacobs. And Jacobs across the 25. Jacobs to the 23. Jacobs comes storming off the right side for 10 yards. He is a load.
Well, not only is he a low, but you get that power play going to the right side where you get the offside guard coming over. He's blocking, your fullback's blocking. You've got all of these big guys out in front of Jacobs, and it really makes it difficult for your defense.
Hickson out to the far side. He has been relatively quiet. Backs in the eye. First and 10 New York at the Eagles 22. Wing to the near side. Again, they give it to Jacobs. And Jacobs is banged down hard by Gokong as he crossed the 20. Gokong lowered his shoulder and knocked him down after a 5-yard pickup.
And again, it's that power play. You get the outside guard coming over. You get the tight end coming over. All these big guys leading up through. And you've got to get the first guy defensively taking out some of the interference so that you can make stops against them.
It is second down and 5. Manning into the gun. He's got a slot on each side. Second and 5. Ball at the Eagles 17. Manning with a quick hitch to Ward, which he drops. Manning fires out to Derek Ward, and he drops it. Let's go right down to Howard.
Well, Merrill, Asante Samuel has not come out of the locker room yet for the Eagles. He's in the locker room getting an IV. He will come back, and he's expected to play. Back up to you.
It is third down and 5. Football at the 17-yard line. Giants are a woeful 1 for 7 on third down conversion.
Well, and now Quentin Michael had to come out, and Sean Considine's on the field.
Into the shotgun goes Manning. 3 receivers left. 1 right. Manning's back. Pumps, fires, incomplete. Knocked down by Quentin Michael, or Sean Considine that time. Sean Considine went over the back of Kevin Voss and knocked it down.
Yeah,
great play by Considine.
Michael's out on the sideline, being checked out by the doctor. Sean Considine comes into the game and does a great job of playing the play, stepping in front of the intended receiver and batting the football out.
So Corney, who is 2 for 3, will now attempt a 36-yard field goal to give the Giants the lead. Ball is spotted, the kick is up, and the kick is good. It is good, and it's the Giants back on top. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Giants 11, the Eagles 10 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. For one that began the second half, Quentin Demps gave the Eagles excellent field position near the 50. Unfortunately, on the second play, McNabb had the ball swatted at the line of scrimmage, and it went into the arms of Fred Robbins. Fortunately, the defense rose to the occasion again, holding the Giants to a field goal. So that's what the Giants have right now, 3 field goals and a safety. That's how they have the unlikely total of 11 points. Eagles, a touchdown on a 1-yard sneak by McNabb, which was set up by an Asante Samuel interception and a David Akers field goal before halftime. So it is 11-10 Giants lead, 12 and a half minutes remaining in the third quarter.
And on Howard's latest report, Asante Samuel getting that IV, he's back onto the field. So the Giants' next possession, we will see him out there. Though Quentin Michaels still on the sideline being attended to by the doctors.
Let's see how the other Quentin can do right here again, as the kickoff is coming down to Demps at the goal line. Out to the 5, 10, 15, 20, on his feet at the 25, and finally down. Demps gives you everything he has. If there is a hole, if there is a bit of daylight, he finds it. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Giants leading 11-10 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. Remaining here in the third quarter. It is 11-10. The Giants lead. 1st and 10. Eagles moving left to right into the win from their own 25. Eagles have done very little downfield. They've gone with the run and some intermediate routes. McNabb under center. Giants defense tough all day, except before the half. Slot to the far side. McNabb fakes to Westbrook. He rolls. He throws it incomplete. He had Brent Selleck, and for the second time today, Selleck dropped the football. He had his tight end a few steps ahead. May have thrown it with a little too much zip, but Selleck still should have made that catch.
Yeah, absolutely. He should make that catch, but your quarterback also should give him an easier catch. It's a rollout, so they're very close together. It's a simple throw because of the movement of the quarterback. And I like the fact that they're moving Donovan out of the pocket some.
It is 2nd and 10 at the 25. McNabb goes to Westbrook, looks for running room, penalty flag thrown, or Buckholder this time. Buckholder in, but I think we're going to get a hold on the Eagles. I think we're going to get a hold on the offensive line. Let's see who it's on.
Holding offense, number 79. Kenyon Ford still setting out.
On Harriman's, I believe. And that is going to make it tough. You do not want to be in long yardage situations against this defense, because then they just rear back and aim at the quarterback. Eagles have a 2nd down and 20 at their own 15. Kevin Curtis, who's been very quiet out to the far side. Slot to the near side. Ball at the 15. McNabb fakes, he's back. He tries to dump it off. It's incomplete. There was a lot of traffic right there. Tried to dump it off to Westbrook as the rush was coming. And the Eagles are very, very lucky that that wasn't picked off and taken in for a touchdown.
Tries to get the screen to Westbrook on the left side. That's where they used the screen against the Giants in the last matchup and found some success. So they try and set it up, but the pressure is in McNabb's face much too quickly for the screen to work.
Eagles must gain 20 yards here, get it up to their own 35 for a 1st down. They go with 3 receivers. 3rd and 20. Shotgun. McNabb's back. Here comes the rush. He gets a block, steps away from one man. Throws on the run. Complete on the far side of the field. Racing, and getting the 1st down is Jason Avant. McNabb miraculously escaped the pressure and found Avant for a 21-yard gain.
Boy, and give a lot of that credit to Donovan McNabb, getting away from Justin Tuck, who really has a perfect shot at him, getting away from Tuck, keeping his focus down the field, and getting the football down to Jason Avant, who then picks up the 1st down.
Avant did a great job So did McNabb. 1st and 10. Up at the 36. Buckholder. Single setback. Double tight end. McNabb fakes. Back. He pumps. He steps up. He is firing down the far side. And it is dropped. It is dropped on the far side by Kevin Curtis. He had Kevin Curtis inside the 30. And there's a penalty flag thrown.
Wow.
What a throw into the wind. You
Absolutely.
can't imagine how much arm strength you need to make that throw. That is an amazing throw.
He gets the protection he needs.
Illegal hands in the face. Defense number 31. 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Automatic.
And it's a defensive penalty to boot on Aaron Ross, the cornerback.
What a throw by McNabb.
It's a great throw by McNabb. He gets the protection that he needs. Curtis runs a great route. A little stutter go on the outside. Safety never gets over there. A nice tight spiral into this tough wind. And he just bobbles the football off of his face mask.
It is 1st and 10. Eagles up at their own 41. They trail 11-10 in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun McNabb back again. That's time. Looks. He dumps it over. He completes it to Buckholder up at the 44-yard line. So they'll get a couple of yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. As McNabb went to Buckholder, who shakes off some sting in his left wrist as he comes out.
Protection certainly there that time for McNabb. Has a lot of time to look around the field. Couldn't find the receiver and just has to dump it off to Buck. Buck ends up being just a safety valve. Just kind of flares out and gives him somewhere to go with the football.
It is 2nd down and 7. Football at the Eagles 44. They trail by a point. McNabb's back. Looks again. Pumps. Fires. Complete. Over the middle. 1st down in Giants territory at the 41. And that time Kevin Curtis hangs on. Curtis over the middle for a 15-yard gain, and the Birds are moving.
Now the offense starting to look like an offense. Starting to get into a little bit of rhythm. Getting the Giants off balance. You can watch how the Giants are starting to sag. McNabb pinpointing that football right into the numbers of Kevin Curtis.
9:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Eagles trail 11-10. 1st and 10 at the New York 41. On 1st down, McNabb gets the ball over to Buckholder, and Buckholder is screened in and dropped for a loss of 2. He tried to get outside, but the Giants covered the perimeter, and Buckholder had neither the blocks that he needed nor the speed to get any further.
The Giants are playing excellent defense, and their safeties in particular playing a great football game. James Butler comes up from his safety spot, would not allow Westbrook to get out on the edge, or Buckholder to get out on the edge, and makes the stop.
Basket is over to the far side. Slot to the near side. 2nd and 10.5. Shotgun outside the New York 41. Back goes McNabb. Here comes the rush. He looks. He fires incomplete. Tried to go to Avant, who was running to his left against the grain. However, there were a couple of Giants over there with him, and better than adequate pressure on McNabb.
Well, McNabb does it. They're bringing the pressure from Donovan's left side. And so he starts to move away from that pressure. Then he's got to throw back against his body, against the grain, trying to make the connection with Avant.
One of the Giants shaken up. We'll have an official timeout on the field with the score. The Giants 11, the Eagles 10 on the Eagles Radio Network. Exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. Just under 9 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun, 3 receivers. McNabb takes the snap, he's back. Has time. Looking, still looking. Rolling to his right, fires complete. Buckholder, 25, and Buckholder down to the 23. That was not a perfectly passed ball, but Buckholder caught it off his hip and turned it into an 18-yard gain.
Great job of protecting the quarterback by the offensive line. And then Donovan McNabb really surveying the field, finding Buck. And this is where the Eagles get a lot of their big plays, when they're able to extend the play and just kind of freelance a bit. And that's what they're able to do here. And Buckholder making a big play. Now one of the Eagles down across the field.
This is a tough, hard-hitting game. The Allstate Foundation will donate $100 to the Boys and Girls Club of Philadelphia to fight gang violence for every reception during today's game. The injured Eagle is Jason Avant. Timeout on the field with the score. The Giants 11, the Eagles 10 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. What a game. 8.5 to go in the third quarter. Giants 11, Eagles 10. Eagles first and 10, ball at the Giants 23. Avant was injured, comes out, looks okay. Justin Tuck back in the Giants lineup. It is first and 10. Ball at the Giants 23. Westbrook giving it everything he has. Lines up behind McNabb, who's under center. Three receivers to the near side. They go to Westbrook. Westbrook flushes forward this time for 5 yards. Westbrook up the middle for about 5. Brought down by Kenny Phillips.
You know, they run that little ghost around, but they hand the football to Westbrook. The offensive line, Trey Thomas in particular, doing a very good job of sealing that defense and allowing Westbrook to get it to the outside and then right up the field.
It is second down and 5. They go with a shotgun double wing, empty backfield. Westbrook in the far side slot. McNabb takes the snap. He's back. Here comes the rush. He is firing. Incomplete. Over the head of Westbrook, who was open, but McNabb had no shot but to let it go. The Giants were blitzing, and if McNabb could have waited one more second, the Eagles would have had a touchdown.
Oh, just a fraction of a second. That's all he needed. But Justin Tuck gets a run at McNabb. He's got to get rid of the football, and he overshoots Ryan Westbrook, who's wide open, running a corner route against Kenny Phillips.
This is the 11th play of this drive. It is third and 5. Ball at the Giants 16. McNabb with 3 receivers right, 2 left. Here comes the rush again as he fires incomplete. And again, the Giants with an uncontested path to Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, again, Jerome McDougal's in the lineup. He comes free. Matthias Kiwanuka, he comes free. McNabb has to get rid of the football in the direction of Westbrook, but knowing that he just needed to get the ball out of his hands to avoid the big sack.
Here is David Akers with a 35-yard attempt to give the Eagles the lead and to establish a new NFL postseason record. The kick is away. It is long enough, and it is home. It is good, and the Eagles take the lead at 13-11, and David Akers has just converted his 17th consecutive postseason field goal, an all-time NFL record.
And with that field goal, Sovereign Bank donates another $300 to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Visit giftofchildhood.com to see how you too can help.
There is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 13, the Giants 11. Can your hearts stand it? On the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. The 20, the 25-30 to the 32. And considering the wind he was kicking into, that wasn't bad. David Akers, 17th consecutive postseason field goal, a new NFL record, breaking that which was previously held by another former Eagle at one point, Gary Anderson. First and 10, Giants moving right to left. We have 7.5 minutes to go. We're in the third quarter. Eagles leading by 2.
The Giants coming out heavy, so the Eagles come heavy. They bring off Asante Samuel and put another big body on the field.
And the big back in the tail of the eye is Brandon Jacobs, who takes the handoff, looks for running room, and finds only a bit. Only a bit as Trent Cole is in there, and Broderick Bunkley is in there. Bunch of Eagles in there.
Yeah, the Eagles come with Victor Biamiri because they want to have a bigger lineup because the Giants are going with their heavy bunch.
And they are heavy. Second down and 7. Brandon Jacobs, 265 pounds. Madison Hedgecock dwarfs him. It is second down and 7. Hedgecock, the up back, the fullback in the eye, wing to the far side, ball at the Giants, 33.5. Motion, Kevin Boss, the tight end. On second down, again, they go to Jacobs. Tries to get to the outside. He cannot as the Eagles meet him in mass. They are over there. Sean Considine gets his head in there. So does Trent Cole. And so does Chris Gocom.
Well, they do a great job of what they call setting the edge. not allowing Jacobs to get to the outside. He doesn't have anything inside, so he just has to keep going east-west, going laterally until that pursuit catches up to him and they take him down.
Here's an important 3rd and 5 for both teams. Ball on the 36, Giants 36, 3rd and 5. 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Eagles lead by 2. Shotgun, double wing for Manning. Ball up at the 36. Back goes Manning. Here comes the rush. He is firing the football, and it is caught down at the 30 by Dominic Hickson. Dominic Hickson was well covered, but a gorgeous pass by Eli Manning, and Joselio Hansen makes the stop, but there's a 36-yard gain. That pass was as well thrown as anything you'll ever find in that situation.
I'll tell you what, Hickson's the inside receiver, and the Giants get the matchup that they want. The safety blitz on that, and so Eli Manning knows that he's got a one-on-one situation, and he throws the football up, and it's a perfectly thrown, perfectly executed play.
1st and 10 Giants down at the Eagles 30. Again, they go with the I formation, and Manning's going to take a timeout. Manning's going to take a timeout.
They're first.
In a game like this, a timeout this early is not a good thing. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Eagles 13, Giants 11 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC, a 94 WYSP. Howard, anything on Asante Samuel?
Asante Samuel was just in there. He came out. Quentin Michaels back in, and Jason Avant in the locker room getting worked on. Back to you.
Okay, 1st and 10 Giants outside the Eagles 30. Backs in the eye. Play action. Manning back. Has time. Fires to the near side of the field. Incomplete. Hickson goes up and is low bridged as he goes up by Sheldon Brown. Howard's report brought to you by AT&T. More bars, more places. Switch to the wireless network with the best global coverage. AT&T, your world delivered. It is 2nd down and 10 for New York. They are at the Eagles 30-yard line. 5:16 to go in the third quarter, and this is a tense game. Manning 9 for 20, 121 and 1 interception. This time he lines up under center with Brandon Jacobs, the lone back. He gives it to Jacobs, who runs to his right and is carried down by Chris Gokong. Gokong is playing some football game, Mike.
Absolutely. But that whole defense, they run this play so much when they run that offside guard over and try and lead him through. But there's no way for Jacobs to go because the Eagles maintain the line of scrimmage, do not allow him any north-south running, and they make the stop.
Giants are only 2 for 9 on 3rd down conversions. But this is a game of what have you done for me lately? And this is the most important of all. It is 3rd and 9 at the Eagles 29. Manning in the shotgun, 3 receivers slot to his left. Manning's back. Here comes the rush. He is hit as he fires the football. Incomplete. Incomplete. Intended for Ward, who had it momentarily. And then as he was hit, incomplete. And the Giants will bring in, let's see if they're going to go for a field goal. It'll be a long field goal.
They've got Carney on the field.
They've got Carney on the field. And this is going to be, he's got the wind at his back, so it's certainly reachable. It will be a 47-yarder. He has missed a 46-yarder. So this is a 47-yarder, an attempt to give the Giants the lead. Here we go. Ball is spotted. The kick is away, and it is no good. Wide left. Carney has missed twice from approximately the same distance.
Well, that is one great defensive stand by the Philadelphia Eagles. So they allow this team to move the football some, and then they just stiffen at the right time, very stingy to the end zone, and turning the Giants back.
If they have another long-distance field goal in this game that they must go for, I wouldn't be surprised to see them use Lawrence Tynes, who has the younger, stronger leg. But we'll see. Eagles have the football. Take a deep breath. What a game. What a game this is. 4:20. Hope you're enjoying it. So far, most of you like the result at the moment. 13-11. Eagles lead.
A lot of credit has to go to Sean McDermott on that sideline. He's now the defensive coordinator on the field because Jim Johnson, dealing with the herniated disc, is in the booth with the other coaches and calling information down to Sean McDermott. He's relaying it to the guys on the field, but they have great veteran leadership on that defensive side.
1st and 10 Eagles up at their own 37. McNabb in the shotgun. McNabb hands it off inside, running room, pushing and pulling and coming across the 40 to the 42 is Westbrook. And Westbrook picks up 5 yards. So where earlier in the game he was shut down in the backfield or after a yard or two, Westbrook is now beginning to find some cracks.
Well, that offensive line starting to wear down that defense. You know, after you lean those big bodies, keep in mind, this is the biggest offensive line in football. After they hammer these guys for so long, they'll start to wear down.
It is 2nd and 5. McNabb in the shotgun, 3 receivers. He fakes to Westbrook. He looks, he stops, and he throws it away. Incomplete. McNabb was looking downfield. He had Barry Cofield in his face and finally just let it go incomplete.
He had absolutely nothing downfield. Very well covered by the New York Giants.
Giants fans calling for the defense. 3:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Eagles leading 13-11, 3rd and 5. Eagles 5 for 9 on 3rd down conversions. That's impressive. They go with a double wing. Westbrook in the far side slot. Basket in the near side. McNabb in the shotgun. He's back. Here comes the rush. He fires, and it is complete for a 1st down. What a catch by Curtis. McNabb threw it into traffic, and Curtis just made a great grab at midfield.
Now, what a throw, what a catch. Corey Webster is on the inside. That cornerback position is very tough. He's on the inside shoulder of Kevin Curtis. Well, McNabb throws the football, ends up on the back shoulder of Curtis. He kind of pirouettes around, makes the reception, and keeps this drive alive.
1st and 10, and McNabb again comes out of the shotgun. Slot to the far side. Narrow slot to the near side. Motion to the near side of Deshaun Jackson. Back goes McNabb again, lets it hum, incomplete. And this time penalty flag is pass interference against Corey Webster, who stepped in front of Kevin Curtis and hit him early.
I don't know if he hit early or if he's, you know, when they make that move, they drape their arm around the receiver, and that's what he does. He takes his left arm.
Now, why are the officials meeting like this if the call's been made? Coughlin's out on the field screaming.
Because it's New York.
Why are the officials meeting? What is the big
Webster
discussion?
takes his left arm and he hooks it around Curtis, and with his right arm bats the football away. That's interference all day.
Here it is.
There's no foul for defensive tackle. All the action was legal.
If there's no foul, why did they throw the flag? Why did they throw the flag?
Well,
and how can one man be talked out of it?
Coughlin talked him out of it. Tom Coughlin's all the way out onto the field screaming at the official, and so then they get into a huddle.
Somebody made the call and said there's pass interference, and it was the official on the spot.
You're in New York. You've got to beat the Giants.
It is 2nd down and 10. They're trying. Believe me, they're trying. Slot to the near side. McNabb comes out from under center. And McNabb looks over to the sideline, and he's going to have to take a timeout.
30-second timeout.
See, my problem, Mike, is not whether or not it's a pass interference, because I haven't even seen a replay.
I saw the replay. That was pass interference.
Then if a man makes that call, why the huddle? It's one official on the spot. What can the other two guys add? It's either pass interference. The only thing that can ward off pass interference if it is the ball deflected at the line of scrimmage.
It's a horrible, horrible call.
Or non-call, as the case may be.
Well, the only thing, even if he said he's still inside the 5-yard zone, he's making contact with the receiver
Clear.
as the ball is in the air.
It is clearly pass interference. The call on the field was correct, and for reasons.
Unless, and I didn't hear him say the ball was tipped.
No, that's what I said. That's the only thing that can take it off, and it wasn't. It wasn't. That's the only thing that can erase a pass interference call. All right, forget it. Here we go. It is 2nd and 10. Eagles with the ball at midfield. McNabb on the shotgun again. He's looking, goes over the middle, complete to L.J. Smith. A penalty flag goes down as he's tackled, and this may be what you call a make-good, as he is tackled around the face mask.
Absolutely.
Down at the 45-yard line, and penalty flags complying.
This is not a make-good. This is an obvious face mask.
Personal foul, major face mask. Defense number 58. The men of the run, automatic. First down.
15 yards. 15 yards. 15 big ones down across the 30 to the 29. With 2:49 to go in quarter number 3, of the Eagles leading 13-11.
I think the wind has subsided a bit, so the Giants have to pay more attention to the wide receivers on the outside, and the Eagles are running the ball much better without that extra safety coming up.
Shotgun, slot to the near side. McNabb back. McNabb looks, fires, open. Curtis at the 25. Curtis at the 20. 15, down to the 13. Kevin Curtis. Ball comes loose after the play is blown dead. Down on contact inside the 15. Eagles moving again.
Well, Kevin Curtis really trying to make good after dropping that football down the sideline. Does a nice job of getting open and then running after the catch. Eagles are really in a rhythm now with their offense and keeping the Giants on their heels.
1st and 10 at the New York 14-yard line. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. McNabb in the shotgun. 3 receivers. Slot to the far side. Brent Selleck. McNabb looks, fires, complete. He's got Selleck, who pushes and pulls inside the 10 and takes it down to the 8. He was the slot man as Selleck caught that one and dragged the Giant for 6 yards before Blackburn and Butler ended his trip.
See, but that's a great first down play. You get 5, you get 6 on first down, making it very easy for Andy Reid or Marty Morningwig to make play calls.
L.J. Smith back in. Slot to the far side with Basket. It is 2nd down and 4. Westbrook, the single setback. Motion, Basket, left to right. Under center, McNabb. Goes to Westbrook. Pushing and shoving up the middle. Inside the 5. Inside the 5 goes Westbrook. It will be 3rd down and that much. That much.
Offensive line really getting off of the football. They're beating the Giants to the punch, and they're able to now move the Giants off of the football. You saw early in the football game, the Giants were beating them to the punch. The Giants were beating them at the line of scrimmage, but in the second half, the Eagles are starting to take control of the line of scrimmage.
It is 3rd and a yard. Last half minute of the third quarter. McNabb under center. Quick pitch to Westbrook. Looks for running room. Cuts outside. He is down to the 2. Maybe the 1. He's got a first down, not a touchdown. And that could do it for quarter number 3. He went with a quick pitch to Westbrook, and he turned the corner for 4 yards. And listen to this place. It is very, very quiet because as they start the long walk towards the other end zone, the world champions are being challenged, and they are in jeopardy of not defending their crown. There is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Eagles 13, the Giants 11 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP.
Well, they get down close, and when the Giants are thinking inside, Marty Morningwig,
79, is eligible.
Marty Morningwig calls the toss play to Westbrook, which he takes down to the 1. It gives the Eagles a 1st and 1.
It is 1st and goal. Back side by side. McNabb fakes, looks, floats it into the end zone. Touchdown! Wide open is Selleck in the corner of the end zone. McNabb to Selleck. What a play. A repeat of what they did in Seattle.
Well, they go with the unbalanced, or they go with Todd Harriman as an eligible receiver, tight end. But it's not Harriman's this time. This time it goes to Brent Selleck in the corner of the end zone. He fakes block. He gets out into the corner. Perfectly thrown ball by Donovan McNabb. Well-engineered drive by the Philadelphia Eagles offense.
Selleck right there and made it look easy. Here is the extra point. Spotted, kick, up, good. We are 4 seconds into the fourth quarter, and the Eagles lead the defending champions 20-11. Let's go down to Howard.
All right, Merrill, at the beginning of the game, there was an advantage with the wind. And in the third quarter, the Eagles, if it was the beginning of the game at 1 o'clock, would have been a disadvantage. Right now, the wind is fairly calm here on the field. So even though the Eagles technically have the advantage of the way the wind was blowing, it's really not a factor. So a small advantage to the Eagles, but that shouldn't be a factor in the fourth quarter for either team. And I know we talked about it all week, but right now, it's not the real Giant Stadium wind. It's just football in the winter. Back up to you.
With that touchdown, Lockheed Martin donates a computer to members of the armed forces as part of its Touchdowns for the Troops program. Eagles have a 2-score lead.
Well, and in that third quarter, the Eagles had the ball. You know, they flipped it on the Giants again. They had the ball 10 minutes. The Giants only had the ball 5 minutes. That's what the Eagles were able to do the last time they were here, and that's why they were so successful. They ran the football effectively against the Giants, and they scored points when they had opportunities to.
But you know what, Mike? They gave it away on their first possession when it was swatted and intercepted, but the defense hung tough, and this team just hung together. Here is Akers' kickoff. It is high and end over end, and it's coming down to Bradshaw 4 yards deep. Out to the 5. He's at the 10, 15, 20. He's at the 24, and that's it. Good coverage. Good coverage by the Eagles special team unit. Tracy White down there again along with Tank Daniels. Tank Daniels, Eagle, former Giant. Back to the Eagles. Let's go to John Russell.
To the AFC, Merrill, interesting stat. In the 19 years of the current playoff format, the number 1 seed has been the kiss of death. Only 2 have gone on to win the Super Bowl. The 98 Broncos and the 2002 Patriots. Outgo the top-seeded Titans yesterday. On March the Ravens. Update brought to you by Reedmantoll Auto World. 9 franchises, 1 location on Business Route 1 Langhorne, or shop from the comfort of your home at Reedmantoll.com.
1st and 10 Giants. The give goes inside running room. Brandon Jacobs takes it right up the middle for about 13. That's what you don't want. If the Giants are going to drive, you want to make them earn every single yard. And that was too much with Brandon Jacobs before Cole and Gokong shut him down.
Yeah, much too much. They're able to trap Stuart Bradley, the middle linebacker that time, with that big lineman coming through the hole.
1st and 10 at the 35. Again, they go on the ground to Jacobs, and this time he gets to the 40, and that is it. A pickup of 4. They'll be 2nd down and 6. They had him shut down on the left side defensively, forced him back to the middle, then came up into the arms of Dawkins. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Jacobs has 16 carries, 87 yards. But the Eagles have the lead, 20-11.
Yeah, but the Giants are starting to punch back, and the Eagles have to stiffen defensively and try and get back control of that line of scrimmage.
But they do not want to give up any quick scores. Hickson out to the far side, slot to the near side. It is 2nd down and 6. Manning in the gun, keeps it on the ground, and this time the Eagles are all over the ball carrier, Brandon Jacobs. All over Brandon Jacobs. Clock shows 13:29. It's too early to be concerned with that right now. We are in the fourth quarter. The Eagles lead the Giants 20-11.
And now they come in with Ward, the Giants do, which better suits the Giants for throwing the football.
It is 3rd down and about 3.5. Shotgun. 3 receivers left. Hickson split to the near side of the field. Manning repositions Boss into a wing to the far side. He's in the shotgun, hands it off to Derek Ward, and Ward stretches forward and has the 1st down. Ward running out of the passing formation, picked up the 1st down. That's a nice play by the Giants.
I think it's
Wait a minute. I thought he was across. Now they're going to give let's see where they... Coughlin's out on the field again. He doesn't like the spot.
Well, Tom Coughlin will go out and change the spot. You know, he was able to change the other penalty that was called downfield, and so now he doesn't like the spot.
I thought he had picked it up, Mike. Now they have a ball position. They're going to bring in the chains.
Well, you saw where he ended up. There was a bounce, and then where he ended up. And you saw where he ended up. You didn't see the first bounce.
They stretch the chains. He does not pick it up. He does not pick it up. Now, if Coughlin feels that strongly about it, he can use the flag and challenge the spot of the football. He wants to use the flag, challenge the football. He's going to throw it. Going to throw it right here. If he loses this challenge, the Giants are going to be down to one timeout, which in a game like this is a big gamble. This is a big, big gamble. We'll take a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 20, the Giants 11 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC. They don't reposition the ball and give them the first down. Giants have got to go for it right now because it's a two-score Eagles lead, two-possession game, even though we're in the fourth quarter. But you know what? I'm surprised he didn't just do that because it's a lot to risk in a game like this, a timeout.
That's my thing. And if I'm Tom Coughlin, I don't risk a timeout out here. I just go for the first down, you know, especially given the way your offensive line plays. I would just go for the first down.
I would too. However,
whether he wins or loses on this, I would have gone for the first down and not worry about or not risk my timeout.
They have not moved the spot of the ball.
And because of the way the Eagles are starting to move the football and burn up clock time now, you know, you don't want to punt the ball away here. The last time the Eagles had the football, they used about 5 minutes or almost 5 minutes off of the game clock.
After review, the ruling on the field is correct. Therefore, New York is charged with their second team timeout.
Yeah, now he lost the timeout.
Yeah, see, that was stupid. That was a bad.
If you're gonna, whatever you're gonna do in this situation, I think you just do it. If you're gonna go for it, you go for it. If you're gonna punt, you punt the football. Tom Coughlin's gonna go for it, but he's already made one mistake in using a timeout to try and challenge the spot of the football.
Sure, even if he makes this, he could have made it on fourth down without using the timeout.
Exactly.
Here we go. Brandon Jacobs, the single setback.
And now you have to be careful that he breaks this thing by putting too many people up there.
Manning under center, he sneaks, and I don't know.
He didn't get it.
I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. They threw him back.
He didn't get
I don't think he got it. They just hit him head on. I don't think he got it. They're going to put down the ball, and I don't think he got it. What a stand. Eagles first down.
Wow.
What
he
a
did
stand.
not get it. Now, Tom Coughlin, you really look bad. What a great, great defensive effort by the entire defense.
Not just one guy there. There was a pile. The man who hit him first, head on, was Mike Patterson.
Mike Patterson. Chris Gokong sticks his nose in. Mike Patterson kind of slithers through the little gap, that AB gap, and he's... Wow, what a defensive stand.
That could be the defining play of this game. 20-11 Eagles, 12 and a half to go in the fourth quarter. McNabb in the shotgun at the Giants' 45. Handoff goes inside, and pushing and shoving forward for a few is Westbrook.
You see Mike Patterson just kind of slither through that A gap, and he's able to wrap up Manning, but what a charge by the defensive line, pushing the Giants' offense back and turning them away.
Football now at the Giants' 43.
It's mighty quiet here now.
It is. It is second down and 7. Slot to the near side. Basket in the slot, inside of Curtis. McNabb in the shotgun. Bracketed on both sides. McNabb is back. He looks, he fires, he completes it to Curtis down at the 40. Not much there for Kevin Curtis, who tried to find an open in the seam and did not get far. Picked up only 2 yards, but the clock continues to tick.
I got to go back to that fourth down play. Those two tackles, Bunkley, Patterson, who really have never gotten enough credit for the way this defense has played, they turned the Giants back.
Deshaun Jackson inside of Curtis to the far side. It is 3rd and 5 at the Giants' 40. Shotgun. McNabb takes the snap. Back, looks, lofts it on the far side. Completes the ball to Westbrook, who comes up 2 yards short. Down at the 37-yard line. He picks up 4. He could not get around Corey Webster. I think of Westbrook at 100% leaves Webster in his dust right there. But nevertheless, they will bring in the punter. They will bring in Savraka and ask him to punt the Giants very deep. With 10:34 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rocket gets it away, punts it high, and it is floating, and it is taken with a fair catch down at the 10-yard line by Dominic Hickson. And that's all the Eagles wanted right there. Hang in there. There's a timeout on the field. 10:22 remaining with the score. The Eagles 20, the Giants 11 on the Eagles Radio Network. Exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. As the home of the Phillies, 1210 WPHT honors the world champion February 4th, the Crystal Tea Room in Philadelphia. Tickets, call CBS Sports 215-625-6547. Proceeds benefit the Children's Hospital. And it's Cheers to the Champs, proudly presented by the Delaware Valley Acura dealers. 1st and 10 Giants, back at their own 11-yard line. Now it's Derek Ward as the tailback in the eye. Eagles lead, 20-11. 10:22 remaining in regulation. First down handoff to Ward, and Ward breaks away from 2 men and is finally taken down up at the 25-yard line. He should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, but it wasn't until Quentin Demps pulled him down after a 14-yard gain that the whistle blew.
Boy, Ward just does a very good job after he's hit initially of keeping his feet moving, getting to the outside, and finding space.
1st and 10 Giants up at the 25, moving left to right. Backs in the eye, wing to the near side, lone receiver to the far side. Now Dorsey Johnson, the tight end, splits right. On first down, they go with another running play, and again breaking tackles and pulling free is Derek Ward. Ward pulling Stuart Bradley and Brian Dawkins with him, but he picks up 8 yards. And the clock under 10 minutes. It now shows 9:26 in running. Giants still safely in their own territory.
Yeah, just giving up much too much to the Giants on that run.
It is 2nd and 2. Jacobs 17 carries, 89 yards. Ward 4 yards a pop on 10 carries. It is 2nd down and 2. Ball at the Giants 33. Again, Manning keeps it on the ground, and again Ward comes forward and picks up a first down, but this time with just about 5 yards, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10, and the clock under 9 minutes. Eagles are up by 2 scores, 20-11. 1st and 10 Giants. One thing the Eagles want to avoid is a big strike, a quick score. Under center is Manning. Does he stay there? No. He's got 3 receivers to his right, and he's got Brandon Jacobs to his left. Manning in the shotgun. Manning on first down is back to throw. He's looking, fires over the middle, complete, but only for a 5-yard gain to Toomer. Clock continues to run.
They're going to go hurry up. They're going without a huddle, the Giants are.
It is 2nd down and 4. 3 receivers slot to the near side. Again, Manning in the shotgun. Does he give it off to Jacobs? Yes. On a delay, Jacobs tries to get outside, and he does not gain an inch. He bounced it outside and ran into Brian Dawkins, and generally, you lose that battle, even if you outweigh the man by 60 pounds.
Not when it's Brian Dawkins.
Yep.
Jacobs gets stopped. His initial pass gets stopped. He has to bounce this thing to the outside. Well, when he's redirected, Brian Dawkins just makes a beeline for him, and he shuts him off at the path.
Giants are 2 for 11 on 3rd down. Here they go. 3rd and 3. Now it's Ward standing to the left of Manning in the shotgun. The ball at the Giants 46. It goes on a direct snap to Ward, who tries to get outside, and he cannot! He cannot! The Eagles reach him, led by Jaquay Parker. He picks up a yard. And now it's going to be 4th down for the Giants. They went with a shift, direct snap to Ward, and the Eagles defensed it well. And here are the Giants. 4th down and 2.
But that is a great play by Jaquay Parker of fighting off the offensive line and then getting to Ward on a direct snap. This thing was read perfectly by Parker, but a better job of fighting off the offensive line and getting to the ball carrier.
Now it's Jacobs. 4th and 2 for the Giants. Maybe 4th in the playoffs. Manning gives it to Jacobs. They stack him up. They throw him back. I don't know. It depends on the spot. I don't know. It depends on the spot. The Eagles had stopped him, and we'll just see about the spot.
The Giants' defense is coming onto the field. That should tell you something.
That is a good sign, but let's see about the spot.
The Giants' defense is coming onto the field. The Eagles have turned these guys back once again.
Let's see where they spot the football, and if a measurement is required. From here, it looks as if the Giants came up short again on 4th down. They're bringing in the chains. This measurement could determine the Giants' season. I think he is short. They stretch the chains. Hold your breath. They stretch the chains. And he is short. For the second time in this game, the Eagles defense shuts down the Giants offense on 4th and short.
Did you once call this Groundhog's Day?
Oh, was it ever. There is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 20, the defending champions 11. On the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC. McNabb with Buckholder to his left. Gives off to Buckholder. Tries to get outside. Gets only back close to the line of scrimmage. But the important thing is the clock. 6:19, 6:18. Eagles leading 20-11 here in the 4th quarter.
McNabb so far 21 of 38, 169 yards, a touchdown, 2 INTs.
Stats brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery, which benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. 21 runs, 38 passes for the Eagles. It is 2nd down and 11. Ball at midfield. Backs in the eye. McNabb on 2nd down. Play action is back. Here comes the rush. He's loading up, going deep, and it is caught along the far sideline. Down to the 1. Let's see where they're going to spot it. It's Deshaun Jackson on a fly pattern. Stayed in bounds and caught it and went out near the 5, they're going to say. Let's see where they spot it. Now, one man was at the 5. What a pass by McNabb.
I love it that they're not settling. Go deep to Deshaun Jackson, one-on-one coverage. He catches the football, gets down the sideline. I think he scored a touchdown. He gets stopped by Corey Webster, but he fumbles the ball out before he's down and then recovers the football in the end zone. They're going to give it to him on the 1-yard line, but I think he actually stepped out before then.
Yeah, he steps out before.
He actually stepped out before where they're marking the football right now.
At any rate, it goes down as a 48-yard reception. 1st and goal at the 1. Westbrook, the tailback. Motion. Give goes to Westbrook. He is upended at the 1. Clock continues to tick, and believe it or not, they are leaving Giant Stadium. They are walking out on their New York Giants.
This is
they
a
are heading
beautiful
for the
sight.
exit.
This is a beautiful sight. The New York Giants fans walking out on their football team.
5:08 remaining, separating the Eagles from a trip to the Valley of the Sun.
Number 79 reports as an eligible receiver. 79 is eligible.
It is 2nd down and goal at the 1. McNabb under center. Westbrook and Klecko in the backfield. McNabb goes to Westbrook, and he does not get in. He goes down in a pile. He hit a wall, but they are running the clock. 4:36, 4:35, 4:34. Even a field goal here would be big, and the reason for that is it will put the Giants in position to need 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. 4:21, 4:20. Giants only have 1 timeout remaining. Eagles just don't want to turn over the ball. They go with 3 receivers. Slot to the far side. McNabb under center. Buckholder in the backfield. McNabb rolls right, looks, fires, and it is incomplete. Tried to go to basket. Pass low and incomplete, and the field goal unit comes on. Now, when the field goal unit comes on, you hold your breath a little bit because the last time the Eagles were in the stadium, it was a blocked field goal that resulted in the Giants' touchdown at the half, although that was a long one with a different trajectory. This should be an extra point for David Akers, who already has set an NFL record with 17 consecutive playoff field goals. Here he is for perhaps the biggest one of all. This could be the game sealer. Spotted, kick, up, good. And that, with 3:58 remaining, gives the Eagles a 23-11 lead.
And with that field goal, Sovereign Bank donates another $300 to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Visit giftofchildhood.com to see how you can also help.
Let's go to Big John.
Quick look ahead, Merrill, to Conference Championship Sunday, which for now is a tale of four cities. NFC gets the kickoff game, a 3 o'clock kickoff, and then at 6:30, at which time we'll know who represents the NFC in Super Bowl 43. The Baltimore Ravens will either be in Pittsburgh or in San Diego in the AFC title game. Update brought to you by Dietz & Watson, official Frank Sausage and Deli Meat to the Eagles. Expect the best from Dietz & Watson.
Get more with Sovereign Bank and enter to win Eagles tickets and autographed merchandise. Stop by any participating bank office for details. Sovereign Bank, America's neighborhood bank, member FDIC.
3:58. That's what separates the Eagles from a trip to Arizona. Not over yet. But the Giants need 2 touchdowns.
And Donovan McNabb said, if you want to be the champs, you've got to beat the champs. The Eagles are on the verge of beating the champs.
That was the Quiznos delivery of the game. You know the game would be so much better with a big meaty Quiznos sandwich, all warm and toasted to perfection. Order Quiznos delivery at Quiznos.com.
You know, he got in the huddle with the guys and he said, we got to beat the champs. They're on the verge going to Arizona after beating the champs.
They are on the verge, but until there are no seconds on that clock, you can't relax. Even though a lot of Giants fans, Mike is just pointing to the stands.
They're emptying out of here.
They're emptying out of here. They're beating the traffic. However, 3:58 is plenty of time. However, the Giants didn't help themselves by using up 2 timeouts. Well, a mistake by Coughlin.
And of course, he's going to be questioned all week long and all offseason about the decisions that he's made down the stretch.
Ahmad Bradshaw, who returned the opening kickoff 65 yards, needs to do something similar right here. The kickoff is coming down to Bradshaw a yard deep. He's out to the 5, 10, 15, 20, and the Eagles grab him and stack him up at the 25 or 26-yard line. Omer Gaither that time. This is an Eagles team that after the Washington game looked dead in the water. Dead. And it took a miraculous Sunday, spearheaded by wins by the Houston Texans and Oakland Raiders, to give the Eagles some daylight. And then they responded with a resounding win at the Link over the Dallas Cowboys. And here they are, trying to close out the defending champion New York Giants. 1st and 10 New York. Ball at their own 27. Manning in the shotgun with 3 receivers left. 1 to his right. Manning takes the snap. He fires out to Hickson, and Hickson gets a few yards, but not much more, as he's tackled by Bradley out on the flat. 3:43, 43-42. Manning lines them up. It is 2nd down and 7. Ball inside the Giants' 30-yard line. Manning with Ward to his right. He's back again. Manning looking, floating it, complete on the far side, and it is Toomer being knocked out of bounds near midfield. Knocked out by Quentin Michael. So the Giants move, stop the clock, 3:24 remaining. Eagles don't want to give up yardage in chunks like that.
Well, and Quentin Michael late getting over. He's got Tuma going down the sideline. The cornerback's going to have to peel off because there's a receiver coming into his flat. Michael's got to get over and be that deep defender. He comes over late.
It is 1st and 10 for the Giants near midfield. Slot to the near side. Single setback as Manning remains in the gun. He's back again. He's loading up. He is firing. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Quentin Michael. And ladies and gentlemen, that should do it. Down at the 32-yard line is Quentin Michael. with the second interception of Eli Manning today. The first by Asante Samuel, and now the rest of you, class dismissed. You may all leave.
And then, listen, I think they're listening to you because they all start to get up almost in unison, and they start to leave.
Where's that New York Daily News where Gary Myers this week said the Eagles will come here flying in and leave by bus. Their season over. The headline said, Giants win, Big Blue cruises ahead.
You know, all of these New York stations, it's as if the Eagles shouldn't even come up here and try and play football if you listen to the people in New York and their pompous attitude about their football team.
Backs in the eye. Westbrook, single setback. McNabb on first down. Goes to Westbrook, and Westbrook picks up a couple.
You know, they did that simulcast yesterday, and Ike Reese did a great job of handing it to them and really giving it to all of those guys from New York and the New York media in that simulcast.
Giants called their last timeout. 3:07 remaining. And for the Giants, this is in the miracle stage. You know, they came in here and they scored first. They got a kickoff return of 67 yards. But as you pointed out at the time, Mike, it was a big boost for the Eagles that even after giving up that big kickoff return, they were able to make the Giants settle for 3 points. And then Asante Samuel came up with an interception that took the Eagles just outside the goal line, from which they scored a Donovan McNabb touchdown. And then from there on in, the lead changed hands. The Giants had the lead 3 different times in this game. However, right now, with 3:07 remaining, it is looking awfully good. Backs in an eye under formation. It is 2nd and 8. Play action. McNabb rolling, looking, pumping, and running down the far sideline, and he is knocked out of bounds across the 40, up at the 41. I don't think he wanted to stop the clock, but he just did after a 7-yard run.
Well, and he's at the I'm having fun stage now.
Penalty flag thrown. Let's see about this.
And it may be against Donovan because he's at that I'm having fun stage now.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 5.
Yeah.
Unnecessary demonstration. 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, having a little too much fun. You know, he runs out of bounds on the Giant sideline, and you know, on his way back in, he's enjoying the moment. He's savoring the moment.
Yeah, but that's
a little too much fun.
That's not the time to do that. Listen, first of all, he shouldn't have gone out of bounds. First of all, even if he was over on that sideline, he should have just fallen down.
Should have just made a hook slide.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Down count. It's 3rd down.
Now suddenly you have 3rd and 17.
But he's clowning.
And killed the clock.
He's clowning. He goes over the sideline. He picks up the telephone on the Giant sideline and puts it up to his ear.
Yeah, but that's not smart. As much as I like Donovan McNabb, and he's played an outstanding game.
I'm not
that's
saying
what we
it's
can do
smart.
at a point like
I'm
this.
saying it's funny. I'm getting a chuckle.
I'm not chuckling about anything until there are no seconds on the clock. It is 3rd and 16. McNabb under center, and he gives the football off again to Westbrook, and Westbrook comes up across the 30 up to the 31. And the Eagles will have to punt. Now, you know what happened? What happens if the Eagles punt right now and the Giants take one the distance?
Well, we're not talking about that.
I
Come
know,
on.
but I'm saying
Don't rain on my parade.
There are too many
Don't put a
things
cloud
that
over
happen.
my sunshine.
Okay, I'll leave you
Do
alone.
not rain on my parade.
Okay.
I am enjoying this. This tastes like the finest steak that I've ever had, and I want to savor this moment.
You can enjoy your steak. I'm not savoring it until the dishes are off the table.
No, I'm pretty comfortable with this dish.
Well, I hope you're right. In the punt, Sav Rocket. He gets it away. It is a high punt. Deep is Hickson. What a punt. Back at the 12-yard line. Running to his left. Being hemmed in by a bunch of Eagles and tackled by Kyle Eckel back at the 20-yard line. So Kyle Eckel, the Navy man, downfield as the gunner. And there is a 56-yard punt. 2:04 remaining in regulation. Well, I feel pretty good now.
Well, and my Hers crunch time moment was on that 4th down, on the very first one, where the Giants went for it on 4th down, and the Eagles turned them back. That's my Hers crunch time moment of the game. Do what I did. Make Hers yours.
2:04 remaining. Giants have no timeouts. Ball at the 21. Manning in the shotgun. This place now 3/4 empty. Manning is back on a low snap. He loads up. He's rolling, looking, firing. Incomplete, almost intercepted by Chris Clemens. Chris Clemens had the third interception in his midst and couldn't hang on with 1:58 remaining.
He's a defensive lineman, so you can forgive him. He drops back in coverage, follows Eli Manning across the field, and steps in front of the intended receiver and nearly picked it off.
And there's the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 23, the Giants 11 on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC. The celebration beginning with 1:58 remaining in regulation, and the Eagles leading 23-11.
Donovan McNabb, 0 sacks today, and in fact, that's 3 games in a row where the offensive line has not given up any sacks.
Those stats brought to you by PNC, solutions that help you achieve your goals in life. PNC leading the way for the Giants in a 2nd and 10. Ball at their own 21. They have no timeouts remaining. Manning into the shotgun. Looking around the stadium, you're starting to see some green jerseys pop up. Manning in the gun, takes the snap. He's back, he's looking, he fires complete to Ward, and Ward is tackled shy of the 30, and the clock continues to run.
Keep him in bounds, yeah. And that's what Yosilio Hansen does. He comes up to the outside and makes sure that he doesn't get outside and get a chance to stop the clock.
It is 3rd down and 2 for the Giants, who are 2 for 12 on 3rd down conversion. Here they are, 3rd and 2. Manning back again. He fires, and he completes it, and it is Ward straining but not getting to the sideline. He picks up the 1st down, but the clock runs. You know what? Donovan McNabb had a couple of picks today, one on the deflection, but he played a tremendous game. He really did. He made the plays he had to do. He led this team up and down the field. Manning in the shotgun again. He steps up. He is firing. He completes the pass, which is then caught, fumbled, and recovered by the Eagles. It was caught by Steve Smith, who tried to shift hands, let go of the football, and the Eagles are on top of it. The Eagles recover it, and that will do it, as it is picked up by Victor Abiamiri.
It's a wrap, baby. This thing is over. It's a wrap.
That will do it. With 58 seconds left. 58 seconds left. And the Eagles are about to be on their way to Arizona. One win from the Super Bowl. And for the fifth time in Andy Reid's 10 years, the Eagles are going to the NFC Championship game.
You look around the stadium now, there's a lot of green down on the bottom level where the Giants fans have given up their front row seats, and now the Eagles fans are getting around the stadium. All the way around, you see lots of green, and they're starting to celebrate. The Eagles owners, Jeffrey and Christina Lurie, down on the field on the sideline with the players, enjoying this moment.
42 seconds left, and it is kneel down time as the Eagles have come to the Meadowlands for the 2nd time in a row and beaten the New York Giants. That will become official in 29 seconds, 28 seconds. They are meeting at the center of the field. What a day. What a day as the Eagles gave up a 65-yard kickoff return, held the Giants to 3 points in their opening possession, came back, took the lead, showed guts and character, and in 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1, the Eagles have beaten the New York Giants, and they are heading to Arizona. The final score, the Eagles 23, the Giants 11. Our statistician, Terry Small, spotter Dennis Carroll, engineer Lane Massey, engineering supervisor Richard Bagg, production assistants Andy Coffin, Lee Alexander, and Dan Rosenthal, studio coordinator Andrew Swank, studio assistants Ryan Hines, Justin Haggard, John Winther, Ian Cohen, and Matt Price, studio supervisor John Russell, and our producer, as we put our hand over our hearts and salute Joseph A. McPeak. Any rebroadcast of today's romp is expressly prohibited without advance written permission of the NFL, 94 WYSP, and CBS Radio. Join Andy Reid, Beasley Reese, and me at Jakey's and Pete's in South Philadelphia tomorrow night at 6 for the Miller Lite Coaches Show. Acme would like to congratulate the Acme End Zone Sweepstakes winners and would like to thank the Philadelphia Eagles. And we would like to continue to thank both the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders and anybody else who makes this season possible. I've been through a lot of seasons, but I have never been around anything that has turned around like this from a team all but dead after a loss in Washington in the next to the last week of the season, and then to the developments of the final Sunday, to the absolute romp over the Dallas Cowboys, the win in Minnesota last week, and today against a good Giants football team who in truth was healthier than the Eagles. The Eagles did what they had to. You know, one of the writers wrote about the Giants today, and he quoted a line by the great John Wooden, the great UCLA coach, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Right now, let's go down to Howard, who is ready at the center of the field. Howard.
Merrill, I don't know if it's improbable or not. Brian, was this a mission by this team, or is it just good football?
A little bit of both, man. I'm so proud of these cats, and I love them so much, man.
But did you think it could happen weeks ago?
Oh, yeah, big time. I always had faith, man, because I know my guys. I just believe in them so much.
What was the approach to them defensively?
We just wanted to attack. We knew it great run and attack. We just want to be relentless, continue to come, man. Continue to come.
Did you know if you'd stop the running game, it would be over, Brian? Brian, if you'd stop the running game, did you know it was hard for Eli to pass?
Big time. Big time. Wind conditions the way they are, with the D-line, the pressure that we can get, we just knew if we stopped the run and held them, not scoring on with the run, we'll have a great chance of winning. Man.
All right, congratulations. Have a good trip to Arizona. All right, Merrill. Hey, as an addendum to your Gary Myers, the New York writer story, he tried to talk, I was talking to Troy Aikman before the game, tried to talk Aikman into the same opinion as him, and Troy said, Gary, I'm not going for it. Obviously, Gary Myers has to have a different headline tomorrow. Back up to you.
All right, thanks, Howard. For every Brian Dawkins interception, Turkey Hill gives $1,000 to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation and a year's supply of ice cream to one fan. Register at turkeyhill.com/Eagles. We talked about the line I was about to say that they quoted from John Wooden, and that is, talent is what you need to win a championship. Character is what you need to repeat. That's the line that the Giants were using to try to inspire a repeat performance, but it did not come up this afternoon. I'm not saying they don't have character, but we know one thing. This team, this Eagles team, has displayed enormous character and great coaching, great playing, and leadership from a lot of people, including the guy Howard Eskin just talked to, Brian Dawkins. And of course today, you saw it from Donovan McNabb. And right now, Stuart Bradley had 11 tackles today, Dawkins 10, Gokong 8, Quentin Michael 6. They shut down the Giants on fourth downs again, and it has been an amazing afternoon. Mike and I will be back with more on the Eagles Radio Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC on 94 WYSP. Join Jimmy Rollins, J.C. Romero, and Ryan Madsen as the home of the Phillies, 1210 WPHT, honors the world champions on February 4th at the Crystal Tea Room in Philadelphia. For tickets, call CBS Sports 215-625-6547. Ticket proceeds benefit the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Cheers to the champs, proudly presented by the Delaware Valley Acura dealers. Mike, you're superstitious. Everybody's superstitious. You want to tell everybody how you began this game? By shuffling your papers and knocking your binoculars out of the window and probably conking some poor Giant fan in the seats.
I hope I didn't come, but I dropped my binoculars and they dropped I mean, I can still see them. They're all smashed up. Nobody took them, but you know what? I can't use them again, but I'm sure there's a sponsor out there that has a pair of binoculars for me for the playoffs.
You know what? You're going to have to drop a set next week in Arizona. That will wrap things up tonight here at the Meadowlands. What a win by the Eagles as they defeat the New York Giants 23-11. For Michael Anthony Quick, this is Merrill Reese saying so long from East Rutherford, New Jersey on the Eagles Football Network, exclusively sponsored by PNC.
Welcome to the Eagles radio postgame show live at Chicky and Pete's in South Philadelphia. I'm Kevin Riley along with Bill Berge, and we're at a wild party here at Chicky and Pete's.
Hey, Kevin, it's pandemonium. Everybody is dancing, going crazy. You would have thought that we had won the Super Bowl, but guess what? I think our chances of getting to the Super Bowl have just gotten real good.
Bill Berge, would you believe when we sat down at Barnaby's a couple weeks ago after that Washington debacle that we would be sitting here saying we're going to the NFC Championship game?
Well, it's like my old buddy and my real good friend, God love his soul, Tug McGraw says, you've got to believe. And you know something, Kevin? Right now, I know you and we believe.
Hey, make Wendy's your late night snack headquarters for food made fresh when you order. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. The Eagles win this one 23-11. We're going to open up the lines. Call us at 215-592-9494. That's 215-592-9494. I want to hear somebody call and say, let's get rid of Andy Reid, huh?
Yeah, or Donovan McNabb should be benched and maybe put in Kevin Kolb for a while.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Eagles defense came to play today, Bill Berge, and you got to be really proud of this young linebacking staff. You know, who came together, their first playoff game together. I mean, first, really important playoff game together after a wild card victory against the world champion New York Giants, who nobody believed would be one and done, and they are. You got to be proud of these young guys.
I really am, and the New York Giants, they came into this game with a chip on their shoulder, and I remember seeing one play early where Brandon Jacobs was trying to get up. He hauled off and pushed somebody's helmet. It just happened to be one of the Eagles' helmets, and then there was a little scuffle, and I said, boys, you don't need to go there, and I think that was just enough to get that defense ruffled up a little bit, and they did what they had to do, and, special teams, defense, and offense. Let's not just put it on the defense. It was great across the board. If there's anybody coming down the turnpike would like to know what it was like at the Meadowlands Stadium, because not once, but we went into their home, their backyard, their place of worship twice, and we kicked butt.
And I'm with the number one Eagles cheerleader here, number 66 in your program, number one in your heart, Bill Berge. He kept this place alive with a couple Eagles cheers going into the second half, and there's got to be 1,000 people here, and they couldn't be happier. And now it's out to Arizona to play the Arizona Cardinals.
And you've got to hand it to the Arizona Cardinals. What they did last night, yesterday, going in to Carolina with that great running attack that Carolina has, and shut them down, and to come up with 5 interceptions from Jake Delhomme. Also recovered a fumble that he had. And Kurt Warner played good, steady football. There's nothing that's guaranteed in this game, but I know prior to going into this game, there was 10 out of 11, 6 seeds going against the first seed, and the 6 seeds lost 10 out of 11 times. Well, guess what? That didn't mean anything to me, and it didn't mean anything to the Eagles. They did what they had to do, and they took care of business.
Do you understand that a win next week against Arizona, and if the Ravens win, there could be 2 6 seeds in the Super Bowl? What would be the possibilities of that if you went to Vegas and said, what would be the possibilities of 2 6 seeds making it to the Super Bowl?
I'll tell you what, the entire year has been so bizarre, Kevin, that I'm really beside myself. But you know something? You win with defense in the NFL, and there's no team in the NFL right now that's hotter than our defense, and we're going to go a long way with it.
And we're going to talk all about that. Hey, 94 WYSP has your chance to go to the NFC Championship game. Listen to the Danny Bonaducci Show at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow to find out how you can win. That's 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, the Danny Bonaducci Show, for a possibility of getting tickets to the NFC Championship game. Bill, could you have believed 4th and inches that they didn't make that?
Not only once, but it was 2 different times. One time, a quarterback sneak by Eli Manning,
The other time, Brandon Jacobs coming up a little bit short. And, you know, you got to hand it to those guys inside. Mike Patterson, Bunkley, just held their ground, didn't give an inch, let the linebackers come up and mop up. And I couldn't be more proud of those two fourth down stands. It was just absolutely remarkable. And for an old defensive guy like myself and like you, you know, it's just real exciting stuff, Kevin.
Well, I'll tell you what, Roderick Bunkley really did a job on that 4th and inches. Not only didn't he give an inch of ground, he actually knocked his guy down. You're exactly right on that play.
And then one time he stood Sean O'Hara, this great all-pro center up, and absolutely was bending them backwards. These guys, they knew that it was going to take a lot of extra fight to get over the darn hump, and I don't know what happened in that locker room. I don't know if leadership took over or what, but all the way